Ding. It is detected that host consciousness is deprived and life is threatened, and the system automatically activates the wake-up mechanism. Ding. The system energy is insufficient. Consume cards to replenish energy. The system continuously consumes the 2-star card Phantom Monster and the 1-star card Vaccine Person, Young. And it also reminds Wang Feng that he has reached level 5 and gained 5 attribute points and 1 skill point. Unfortunately, did not comprehend any skills. Ding. The energy is sufficient, and the wake-up mechanism is activated. Ouch. Wang Feng woke up from the confusion in the running of the running horse, clutching his stunned head and pushing the door of the car, staggered out and fell to the ground. I didn't realize what I had just experienced. 2 cards were missing in the system and they were not found. I see, although King's luck points are full, but there is an old saying that good luck is bad, therefore, I must have taken into account the 2 characteristics of the strongest luck and the strongest bad luck. After his head was sober for a while, he couldn't help but vomit. My God, he was so unlucky to encounter all kinds of dangers one after another. Let the weirdo not say anything about it. What mob was encountered a few days ago, and now there is another car accident. This is bad luck. The broom star is not as bad as I am. Huh. Where's Mike? After he recovered, he helped the car to stand up and saw through the broken window that Mike fainted in the driver's seat. He reached in and opened the door and pulled Mike out. Happiness. Mike, wake up. He slapped Mike a few slaps, very hard. Well, he either retaliated, or simply wanted to wake Mike. It's weird. The heartbeat is normal and there is no injury. How come there is no reaction at all? He checked Mike's body. He was not injured in the car accident. His heartbeat and pulse were normal. He looked at Mike's pale face. This guy is not really sick, is it, or is he cursed by a weirdo? Seeing that Mike couldn't wake up, he glanced around. They had entered the edge of City O, scattered with some buildings, but the surrounding was inexplicably quiet. Only some insects and birds flew by, but no one was seen. Where is the weirdo? Before the car accident, he clearly heard the weird roar of the weirdo. How could he disappear in a while? Huh. No one in the supermarket still opens the door? The car key on the car is not unplugged. It seems that weirdos did come here just now, causing all the citizens to run away. Well, as the saying goes, good horses don't eat grass, and weird people shouldn't either. We'll return again, that is to say, this is a safe place for the time being. He helped Mike to walk around the city slowly, hoping to stop a taxi. However, the street was very depressed. The car was on the road. There was no one inside, but the car key was inserted in the car keyhole. The supermarket also didn't. People, but the door is open. Click. There was a slight sound of footsteps from the street. Huh? That dragon level weird that Mike said? Wang Feng's breathing suddenly stagnated, and he didn't dare to bet on who would come, and hurriedly helped Mike into the unmanned supermarket to escape. Sudden. He and Mike hid behind the shelves, their hearts throbbing nervously, and the peculiar engine-like sounds echoed in the silent supermarket, seemingly harsh. Damn it. If you have money in the future, you must have a heart-changing operation, or you will let this Emperor engine heart kill you sooner or later. Wang Feng pressed his chest with both hands and breathed desperately, hoping to restrain his beating heart. Well, is there anyone in the supermarket? At the entrance of the supermarket, a bald head, dangling eyes, all loose, wearing a yellow superhero, wearing red rubber gloves for washing dishes, wearing cheap red rain boots under his feet, and a white cloak on his back, such obvious characteristics, I think everyone has guessed his identity. That's right, he will be famous in the world soon. The bald cape man, Saitama. Hey, it turns out that there is no one. The supermarket sale leaflet clearly states that the sale event will end in 1 hour. How come people are off work? Damn it, you shouldn't have been delaying time on that ugly monster with 4 faces just now. Saitama was holding a supermarket leaflet depressed. Hey, what is this sudden noise? He scratched his face with his fingers in doubt. It's almost the same as my usual fart sound. When Wang Feng heard the voice, he knew that the visitor was not a weird person, because no weird person would ask, is anyone else, politely, and their question should be, who else? Let's go. P-City's nice underwear is on sale. It's time to make up your mind to change a pair of underwear. How can someone not change underwear for more than a year? Well, just convince yourself. Saitama threw away the original supermarket sale leaflet, took it out of his body, and took out another P-City supermarket special leaflet, staring at the cover of Wang Feng, who only wears underwear on it. Well, look at him. It's pretty good, it should suit me. Hey, wait a minute. Wang Feng put Mike down and walked out of the shelf. He saw a hero-dressed bald head standing in front of the supermarket. He had vaguely guessed that the other party might be Saitama. He was slightly excited when he saw that the other party was about to leave, so he hurriedly stopped. How to say Saitama has also been saved several times, however, he has never had the opportunity to express gratitude in person, not to mention that he has the current status and reputation, which is the credit of Saitama. He must be thankful for such a great favor. He walked over with excitement, his hand stretched out, ready to hold Saitama's hand to express his gratitude for years of life-saving grace to his face. Huh. When Saitama heard someone calling him, he turned around suspiciously and saw the excited Wang Feng. His face was strange. He pointed to Wang Feng and said, "Hey, are you underpants?" Wang Feng's expression of excitement froze suddenly, and the steps he walked over were also frozen. Hee. What a cold joke, you are paralyzed, you are dead bald. Who do you say is the underwear? You are the underwear, and your whole family is panties. He took a deep breath, calmed the excitement in his heart, and pointed to Saitama's bald head blankly. Hey, you are a marinated egg. HMPH, come on, hurt each other, who is afraid of whom? Saitama was taken aback, looked at Wang Feng carefully, and pointed to Wang Feng's left cheek and said, Hey, are you 3 scars? F*K. Who's 38? I have 3 scars, my hero medal, go to your sister's 38, can you speak? Can you speak well? Also, have you changed your settings? How do you talk so sharp and poisonous? Isn't this the setting of tornado? Wang Feng's mouth twitched. Okay, continue to fight, right? I fear you. He pointed to the top of Saitama's head. Now, are you bald? Saitama's eyes widened, and he shouted angrily. Why are you so rude? Who is bald? He said, stupefied. Hey, wait a minute, the P-City supermarket sale event is going to be late. I'm in a hurry, so let's go first. He took a sentence and made a running posture, squeezed his hands into fists and closed his chest. His feet turned into extremely fast rolling wheels, swished hundreds of meters, and blinked. The person was gone, only left an O-City supermarket sale flyer that was blown by the wind because of his running. Looking at the breeze rolling up on the street and the flyers floating in the air, Wang Feng beckoned to the shelf. Hey, Mike, wake up, I seem to see the bald flash. I missed you like this. Wang Feng looked at the deserted block and scratched his head. It was a bit difficult. His original plan was to find a taxi to go to City A, but now it seems that his expectations have come to nowhere. He doesn't know how to drive himself, and the empty cars all over the street can't be used. It's safe now, after all, where the bald head passes by, the weirdo will either evade or disappear. But how do you go back to City A? He had a headache. Wait a minute, a weirdo appeared just now, and by chance the bald head appeared again. Listen to Saitama just now saying that he killed a 4-faced monster. Hey, there is a weird card. His eyes lit up, and after hiding Mike, he wandered down the street by himself looking for the corpse of the weird man. After a few minutes, hey, I didn't expect it. When he came to a street, he really saw a fallen weirdo, his mouth hooked slightly, and he couldn't help but touch it. Ding. Congratulations to host for obtaining a 4-star card Desire Arbiter. Ding. Congratulations to the host for collecting rare weird cards. As a reward, the host will return to a full state. He felt comfortable all over, and his spirit and energy returned to the top in an instant, making him energized in an instant. This is very comfortable. City A, the headquarters of the Heroes Association. Maria, who was in charge of obtaining the cameras around City O, frowned and said loudly, Minister, the weirdo disappeared from the camera. There is currently no one in the camera's shooting range, and it also did not appear on time for estimation. On the way forward, the surrounding street cameras did not capture the weird person. Siki guessed in shock. What? Did the weirdo have noticed something and deliberately got rid of our attack? Minister, the government's military drones have arrived at the designated location. Will they be allowed to search? Immediately let them search for the location of the weird, and at the same time let them transfer the video footage for our reference. Yes. Collison's work efficiency was very fast, and after a while, the drone shot was turned on the big screen in the war room. Where is the weirdo? Why is it missing? Zeki and others secretly stared anxiously at the picture transmitted by the drone, and found that the 7-8 meter high weird man had disappeared. Wait a minute, look at the black spot, let the number 8 drone descend to observe. With sharp eyes, Tong Di noticed the weirdness at a glance. The order was sent out quickly, the number 8 UAV slowly descended, and the camera turned around, turning the surrounding scenes into video and sending them back. Yes, drop again, look there. Tongdi pointed to a shadow that appeared in the picture. No, it was not a shadow, it was the body of a weird person. Not long ago, the unworthy arbitrator of desire fell on the street. The four-faced head had already become a pile of mud. Several eyeballs were on the mud, the brain burst, and the black blood flowed all over the place. Hiss, Zeki and the others took a breath of air. Is this the arbiter of desire who just killed the super alloy black light and easily defeated a dozen or more ghost-level robots from the Metal Knight? Judging from the miserable state of its death, it was blown to the head by someone alive, and there was no room for resistance at all. Who did it? And it's too scary. Maria and the others stared at the tragic weird man in a daze, with some urges in their stomachs. Wait a minute, let the number 8 machine continue to descend. Tongdi, who is young, has few slaps, and has good eyesight, once again found the black spots in the picture. The drone quickly descended, and the camera pointed at the figure next to the weirdo, and Wang Feng appeared in the picture with spirit. That's King? Shi-Chi and others stared. The little Tongdi grunted and swallowed. He is not bound by the rules, a man like a god. Well, Wang Fengying can travel through, indeed he is not bound by the rules, and King is indeed a man like a god, and he cannot refute your evaluation. The metal bat narrowed his eyes and stared at the king in the picture. So powerful. Hey, where do you see that the king is powerful? Isn't it completely hypothetical? Venerable Vest squeezed the dumbbells tightly in his palms. A blow to the head of the weird man with such a terrifying strength, even if it is as strong as I can't do it, he deserves to be hailed as the strongest man. Hey, calm down, it's really not King that kills weird people, it's a big misunderstanding. Fleisch glanced at the dead weird silently, and continued to close her eyes against the wall with her love knife in her arms. It seemed that this weird crisis could no longer use my speed. Great, the weirdo is wiped out, long live King. Haha. Seeing the weird people keep approaching our city A, and when the pedestrians on the road fell inexplicably, I was shocked. I didn't expect to be easily picked up by King. When the super alloy black light and the Metal Knight lost, my heart almost jumped out. It seems that since the establishment of the association, there has not been a record of 2S ranked heroes being defeated. Maria and the staff shouted excitedly. Since the appearance of the Desire Arbiter, they marched towards City A in an unbeatable posture. The 10th superalloy black light of the S-rank hero was defeated, and the S-rank hero was the 6th. Metal the Knight was also defeated. Tongdi, the 5th S-rank hero, speculated that the weird man was almost unmatched. In this case, they were almost desperate. Unexpectedly, at the critical moment, the weird man died. Because meet King. The strongest man on the surface, an invincible man, a hero who looks forward to, and the protector of mankind King. The strongest man King. King. Singing and dancing in the combat room, the staff frantically celebrated the relief of the crisis. Hey, just relying on the king to stand beside the weird person, it is determined that the king killed the weird person. Your work attitude is very problematic. Can you investigate it carefully before making a conclusion? The Blind Association, worthy of the name. Quickly, the plane is dispatched to take King and Mike back. I hope that after the weirdo is resolved, the unconscious citizens can regain consciousness. Zeki laughed and ordered. Hey, have you noticed that King was not caught by the camera on the way from the parking place to the weird place? It's just a coincidence. Hey, how can it be so coincidental? There are so many cameras around that area. Unless you are lucky heaven defying, you may miss all the cameras, otherwise you will definitely be monitored by one or two of them. Then why is King not discovered in advance? Hey, I heard that when a person's speed is fast enough, then the camera will not be able to capture his figure. With the strength of the king, I guess that section of the road he swished and passed, and the camera can see at most some confetti floated up for no reason, and King's figure could not be found at all. After the crisis was lifted, the staff gathered together in 2s and 3s and talked wildly. Well, Flesh's beautiful eyes, who was closing their eyes and rested, opened, and a little sharp light flashed through them, and the palm of the knife holding the knife gently pushed. Shunshawin made a clanging and slightly popped out a small cut, and the sharp knife light was shining. Is it fast? King. In the mountains of City A and City O, Tornado stretched out boredly, and took out the phone to call back to the headquarters. Hey, the government guys, it's too slow. It's so hard to get a weird person to ask them. What's the use, huh? The weirdo was wiped out. What? Or was it wiped out by the smelly king? Unforgivable, the smelly king robbed me of credit. She gritted her teeth and hung up the phone, pointing to the direction of O City. Smelly King, you will wait for me. Sooner or later, I will defeat you in front of everyone. Wang Feng and Mike came to the headquarters with the association's plane. After watching the association staff lift Mike into the ambulance, he immediately turned and walked to the conference room of the combat department. I don't know what Ziki is asking me for. Alas, the big ups and downs today are too exciting. I encountered a weird person, had a car accident, and then ran into Saitama. I picked up a 4-star card for nothing. In other words, I already have 2 4-star cards, another 2-star card and a 1-star card. The stock is slowly coming up. In the elevator, he calculated his card reserves happily, without knowing that he had already hacked 2 cards from the system just now. Wow. The door of the war room of the War Department opened. Standing at the door, he saw Fries, Tong Di and other S-class heroes. His face had changed from pleasure to indifference. This is his instinct to inherit the king. Before people, he always keeping the cold noodles as a means to maintain your own dignity. Wang Feng felt that this instinct was good, it had a certain deterrent effect, and could more ensure his safety, so he did not make any changes and still maintained a cold-faced attitude. Happiness. Siki took the lead and applauded, welcome our great hero back. Bang. Maria and others applauded and shouted at the same time. King. Invincible. King, you will always be the strongest man in my heart. King. Wang Feng was stunned. What's the situation? He usually comes to the association. Although he is respected by others, he is definitely not so enthusiastic. The atmosphere today is weird. The metal bat stared at King solemnly. What a powerful aura. Is this the powerful aura of the strongest man on the surface? It seems that I have to work harder to improve my aura and touch the strongest king. Realm. Hey, are you serious when you say that the king in front of you has a strong aura? I dare to swear to heaven, you are absolutely blind. A few drops of cold sweat broke out on the forehead of Venerable Vest. Why? Why I can't see the slightest fatigue on King's face, killing a dragon level weird who almost all S-level heroes are helpless. Why? Why is he? His expression is so relaxed. Isn't it? The dragon level weirdo is not in his eyes at all. His strength has reached the point where he can kill the dragon level weird with one punch. It's terrifying, it's a monster. Oh. Wang Feng collected another 4-star card, and the system rewards were restored to full state. Of course, there would be no sense of fatigue. However, the weird was really not killed by him. Do you believe that the hero who killed the weird depends on speculation? Can you be more reliable? Fresh's eyes have been fixed on Wang Feng. With superhuman speed to get rid of the camera, King, are you challenging me? Very good, I accept your challenge. You are definitely mistaken. He really missed all the cameras by luck. It is definitely not speed. Please be sensible and don't make others an opponent for no reason. Tongdi bit the lollipop, staring at Wang Feng without blinking, and asked in a tender voice. Hey, King, can I ask you a question? How can you ignore the constraints of the rules and kill the weirdo? The power of the weirdo is obviously not human power to resist. It is the power of rules that overrides everything. The genius scientist Swarovski Shud said that no one can get rid of the shackles of the rules, even if it is as strong as the superalloy black light, but also kneel down. Under the rules, why can King alone ignore the power of the rules? He is very curious and very curious. What? Wang Feng was at a loss. When did I defeat the weirdo again? Why am I not at all clear? Could it be that weird man who had just drawn a 4-star card by him? FCK. The misunderstanding is big, it was killed by Saitama, and it has nothing to do with me. Tongdi licked the sweetness on the edge of his lips, his eyes were bright, and he asked with interest. We have already analyzed just now. The ruler of desire has the power of rules, as long as people have appetite and sex. Desire and killing mind will be immediately judged, seized of consciousness, and become a vegetative person. This kind of rule force is like the iron law of 1 + 1 = 2, which cannot be violated. The genius scientist Swarovski Shud said even more. No one can get rid of the shackles of the rules, so how do you break free from the shackles of the rules, stay awake, and beat the weirdo with one punch? Is it a superhuman power or a higher level? Metal Bats and others refreshed, staring at King, waiting for King's answer. This kind of question about strength, as long as King, the strongest human, reveals some insights about becoming stronger, then it will have a great impact on them to improve their strength. Help. Wang Feng was startled, thoughtful. How did I break free from the shackles of the rules and stay awake? Well, I have been possessed by King through time and space, and I have broken away from the rules of nature, and this time I can also break away from the rules. I am not as unconscious as Mike and Super Alloy Black Light. Do I have the gift of ignoring the rules? His eyes shone slightly and he was in a great mood. The system shook Wang Feng abruptly. Hey, wake up, stop dreaming, it's time to get up and move bricks. However, he couldn't explain why he was able to break free of the rules, and it seemed that he could only get through it. He made up his mind and said, First, I want to explain that I did not kill the weird people. Second, the iron law? Oh, there is no iron law in the world, but it has not been overthrown for the time being. 1 + 1 is not necessarily equal to 2. A husband plus a wife will eventually become a family of 3, a family of 4, or even a family of 5. Remember, the rules are for breaking. The rules are for breaking? The metal bats and other S-rank heroes were shocked. There seemed to be a kind of shackles called shackles in their minds that were faintly loosened. They took a breath of air. When they reached their level, their strength has been difficult to improve. They did not expect that a word of king would make them feel touch the threshold of a higher level. Hey, he deserves to be the strongest man. Although Ziki felt that the sentence rules are used to break was very pretentious, but his attention was more when Wang Feng once again denied his record of killing weirdos. He smiled and said, King, for the scene of you beheading the weirdo, all of us have seen it, so you don't need to deny it anymore. Wang Feng is speechless. Which eye did you see me killing the weirdo? Left eye? Right eye? It's still a fart. Ahem, I just passed by to pick up cards, and I have never fought a weirdo. He said lightly. Believe it or not, I didn't kill that weird person anyway. Okay, you didn't kill it, we know it in our hearts. Seeing that Wang Feng firmly denied that it was the weird man he killed, Ziki did not insist on his own opinion. Fleisch narrowed his beautiful eyes, his eyes locked on Wang Feng, and he thought in his heart. Why? Why would he deny his record twice? Isn't that the glory of a hero? What the hell did he do for? Well, could it be that, in his eyes, the so-called hero glory is a burden? Yes, it must be so. For practitioners, any external praise is a superfluous burden. So even the hero glory will only become him the burden of continuing to become stronger. Hey, what a terrible man. Even if he has become the strongest on the surface, he has never let up because of the praise from the outside world, and he has stopped his pace of continuing to become stronger. King, you are the first one that I admire. Other version, deeply loved, man, in the future, if you have the opportunity, let us compare speed. Also an S-rank hero, I don't want to be compared to you completely. At least, I want to defend my dignity in terms of speed. With a lollipop in his mouth, Tongdi's eyes sparkled. Do you deny your own merits several times? In King's view, killing weird people as a hero is a matter of course, and there is no need to make everyone known. The genius philosopher Swan Zigishud said that the most unsung true hero is this the meaning of hero in King's eyes? What a respectable uncle. The metal bat was full of restlessness. Heroes who refuse to glorify. Why? In King's view, fighting with weirdos shouldn't be mixed with other substances. Hey, can the pure fighting intention make people stronger? Maybe, when fighting, I should also abandon all distracting thoughts and improve my aura. Venerable Vest's expression is solemn. There is no glory, no achievements, no more merits. The inexplicable heroic heart touched me. King, don't think that you can escape my challenge. Sooner or later, you and I will have a match. Fight for men, fight to death and death. Wang Feng is gone. The wind is light and the clouds are calm, but the mood of Tong Di and the others is turbulent. The waves are raging, they are silent, and savor everything that happened today. Boom. Tornado rushed in anxiously, yelling. Where's King? Let him come out, I'm going to beat him up. Fleisch opened his eyes and glanced at the tornado, and left silently holding his instant kill pill. Tornado pointed at Fleisch. Hey, with the hairpin. Why did you leave without talking? Tell me, where is King? The metal bat dug out his ears and walked out with his own special baseball bat. Oh, it's time to go back to participate in Qianzi's piano competition. It should not be over yet, I hope to catch up. Tornado Akimbo. The head of the plane, you are the only one. Tell me, where did King go? Heaven, go find it. Go to hell. Tongdi jumped off the chair with his school bag on his back and bit the lollipop in his mouth severely. Sister Dragon roll, Mr. King is gone. What? He actually left without waiting for me to come back. Tornado Tsunere raised his head. He must be afraid of fighting with me, so he ran away early. That's true. What the strongest man is. He must be ashamed of what others said nonsense. Ouch, it's time for exercise. Venerable Vest carrying his own dumbbells and walking out. When passing by the tornado, his body paused and said, "King is the strongest man. It is not a nonsense talk about King, but we recognize it." A glimmer of admiration flashed in his eyes. "What? It's inexplicable. Don't use you to represent me. I have never admitted that he is the strongest. HMPH, I will prove it to you sooner or later. Who is the strongest hero? I want to beat that stinky king." Looking for teeth everywhere. The tornado's body flashed green lightly, and flew out of the war room with a swizzle. Heroes Association Hospital of City A. Wang Feng found Mike's ward according to the nurse's instructions. After the death of the Desire Judge, the citizens who had lost consciousness gradually regained consciousness, but they were very weak and inconvenient to move. "Mike, how is your body?" He put the bought fruit basket on the table, glanced at Mike, and found that his face was pale and weak. "Master King." Mike struggled to sit up and blamed himself feebly. "I'm sorry. I'm all to blame for taking Master King in without knowing the situation of the weird person, and almost hurting Master." "What are you talking about? You can't be blamed for this. Don't blame yourself. Take care of yourself." Wang Feng relieved Mike a few words, then pulled away and left. When I returned to M City, the sky had dimmed. I seemed to have occupied Saitama again. Although he didn't mean it, Essex's urinary sex would definitely put the credit for killing the Arbiter of Desire on him. No matter how he explained it, Sick always smiled and coped with it, nodding in agreement on the surface. Know what they think underneath. He wandered aimlessly in the street, scanning the major shops. Should I give Saitama a gift as a gift, or an apologize? Well, I won't give money this time. It's too vulgar. People have saved me a few times. I should mail him some sincere gifts that represent my heart. After touching his chin and thinking about what gift to give Saitama, he wandered between the shops. Suddenly, his eyes lit up and fixedly staring at a certain shop. "Hey, this gift is very spiritual." He smiled faintly, took out the bank card and swiped the card to pay the bill, packed the gift, and came to the post to fill in Saitama's name and address again. "I hope he will like it." He gave a smirk, full of Saitama's constipation expression after receiving the post. What he didn't notice was that in the coffee shop opposite him, a strong man in a suit and leather shoes was staring at him, with a Bluetooth-like communicator in his ears. His mouth moved slightly, and he whispered, "Dark Knight, King has gone to your direction. Please be prepared, look for the opportunity, take advantage of the slack of the king to kill your life, don't be soft, otherwise, let the king react, it will definitely be you who die. Clear. Remember, this deal cannot be missed." He solemnly emphasized the importance of the task again. They are the famous Want killer group in M City. A week ago, someone bid 500 million for the king's life. They probed the king's whereabouts for a long time, and finally made the decision to act today. I heard that King had a battle with the weirdo in City A. His strength is definitely not at his peak, and he is exhausted physically and mentally, and it is easy to reveal flaws. Let them start. Slip away, even if they take risks, they have to give it a try. In their philosophy, as long as they are human, they must have weaknesses. Although King is known as the strongest man on the surface, they believe that King must also have flaws, as long as they are willing to work hard and patiently look for them. Therefore, they came, after seeing King, they found. Well, King's body is full of fatal flaws. They don't need to bother to find them. As long as they are not blind, they can see the flaws in King's body at a glance. Head. King's body is full of flaws, leave it to me, I will kill him. Dark Yi asked excitedly. Don't be impulsive. Act according to plan. Don't look at the flaws in King's body. In fact, most of those are traps. As a strong man, King knows that he also has fatal weaknesses, so in order to cover up, he deliberately reveals more flaws to confuse others' eyes. If we attack at will, we will definitely fall into the trap of King, waiting for us only one death. The head is wise, then I will follow the plan. When Wang Feng was about to turn, a guy wearing a white sweater and a black peaked cap, who couldn't see his appearance, had his hands in his pockets, walked with wind, and his eyes under the cap were deliberately or unintentionally sweeping over Wang Feng, and for fear of being spotted by Wang Feng, his gaze always swept across randomly, not staying for a second. Well, why does King keep staring at me? Could it be that he discovered my identity? Dark Yi suddenly discovered that Wang Feng didn't know why. His eyes kept falling on him, without moving a bit, which made his heart suddenly tighten, as if being pinched by the palm of his hand, making him breathless. The killer commander of the cafe also discovered the unfavorable situation in the Dark Knight, and quickly whispered, Dark Knight, be careful. What does King seem to have discovered? He is a strong man who is particularly sensitive to murderous intent. Take a deep breath and relieve your tension. Keep your murderous aura and don't expose it. At the same time, he informed the next assassin, Shadow, King will turn around immediately. If the Dark Knight can't find a chance to start, you will take over. Understood. A heavy voice came from his Bluetooth. On the other side, the Dark Knight did not reply to the killer's command, and he could not answer. King was right in front of him. If he dared to talk nonsense, he would expose the killer's identity every minute, and he would be beaten by King. He obeyed the command of the killer, took a deep breath without leaving a trace, and then slowly exhaled, suppressing the tension in his heart forcibly. At the same time, in a corner not far behind Wang Feng, there were two sneaky figures hidden. Mother-in-law, do we want to take action now? Wait a minute, the time is not yet ripe, we have to wait for him to relax completely before we can take action. Mei Niang Da, King's strength is super terrifying. We may only have one chance to take action. If we fail, we may be waiting for death, so, we must be cautious and cautious. Mother-in-law, I know. These two figures are the same as Jishi and Mei Niangda. After many days of inquiring, they finally learned the truth about the deaths of the Coke, Sprite and Fanta Weird. Although King's name is very scary, this bloody hatred makes them. The two decided to take revenge even if they died. Mei Niang Da wore the appearance of an orange Mirinda can, with hands and feet, as well as all facial features. It was similar to the Coke Weird father and son. The only difference was that she had 2 more points on her chest. The same is true for Wife Hai, which is a light green shishi packaging shell with a slightly older appearance. Mother-in-law, he is about to turn. Mei Niang, prepare. People tend to focus on the next road when turning, and ignore other places. This is our opportunity. Yes, mother-in-law. Dark Knight, ready to start, ready to start. The killer commander staring at Wang Feng in the coffee shop also noticed a good opportunity and hurriedly informed Dark Knight. In the Dark Knight, his pupils shrank, his breathing stopped, and his heart was suddenly paused. He held the dagger tightly in the palm of his pocket, waiting for the final notice from the killer's command. 1 second. 2 seconds. The killer commander and Wife Hai stared at Wang Feng who was about to turn. 3 seconds. 4 seconds. Dark Knight, do it. Mei Niang, shoot. Yes. Mei Niang replied. The straw on her head had been aimed at Wang Feng for a long time, and a pinch of hair like liquid needles shot towards the back of Wang Feng's head. King, pay back the lives of my husband and son. At the same time, after Dark Yi heard the order, he grabbed the dagger in his palm and pulled it out of his pocket and rushed towards Wang Feng. His eyes were sharp like a wolf, and his face was distorted and hideous. King, take your life. He stabbed Wang Feng's head fiercely. Puff. A slight sound of meat coming out in the air, and then dissipated. Puff. Dark Yi's body paused, and the stabbing action of the dagger in his hand was also solidified. His pupils dilated, scarlet blood slowly dripped from the 7 holes, his face was quickly filled with dead dust, and his strong body fell softly. Mei Niang Da, Wife Shi, killer command. They were shocked one after another, and the assassination plan failed strangely. No, that guy King has bodyguards. Mei Niang, quickly retreat. Otherwise we can't run away if King comes back to his senses. Which one of your eyes saw that the knight is the King's bodyguard? Didn't you see that the knight was holding a dagger to assassinate the King? UIQ basically bid farewell to the assassination profession. Yes, mother-in-law, let's go. Seeing that the assassination failed, Shishi and Mei Niang immediately retreated. Shadow, stop acting, stop acting. The killer commander wiped his face to calm down, and hurriedly ordered the other killers to retreat. It was terrible. King didn't see the King's shot at all, but the elite killers trained by our group died without any signs. King. What a scary man. Wang Feng had already turned the corner, knowing nothing about what happened behind him. He thoughtfully recalled the Dark Knight's clothes. That guy has the same white sweater and black cap. It's almost like mine. He actually has a shirt. The world, it's so embarrassing that there is such a coincidence. Want killer group. Head, after a simple examination by the doctor, it was found that Dark Yi's brain was completely dead. A killer was shocked to report the results of Dark Knight's physical examination to the killer commander. The inside of the head shattered. The killer commanded his heart to jump. King, it's terrible. Who of you saw King taking action? Several other assassins present shook their heads. The murder is invisible. He is much more terrifying than our killer. The killer commander rubbed his temple sadly. It seems that we are going to change our plan from close assassination to long-range sniper killing. Yes. Blackstreet Weird Club. Wife Shi and Mei Niang went in through the back door and returned to their room panting. They looked at each other, and their eyes were full of horror after the disaster. Wang Feng. Need to be scared like this. Unexpectedly, King, as the strongest man on the surface, would be accompanied by bodyguards. Wife Shi thought of the bodyguard, who gave up to stop the liquid acupuncture for King. She itched her teeth and almost succeeded, but let a little bodyguard disturb the situation. Mei Niang worriedly said, "Yes, we carefully practiced liquid acupuncture, just to assassinate King. I didn't expect King to have a bodyguard around him, and the bodyguard's reaction speed was too fast. Liquid acupuncture was modified on the basis of liquid jet, in order to take revenge. The acupuncture shot was concentrated soda. When the acupuncture entered the human body, the soda would explode like a small bomb. The body was messed up. The hapless man in the dark night was given a shot for Wang Feng. His brains were all muddled into a ball, and he fell to the ground instantly, and there was no chance of rescue. It can be seen that the liquid acupuncture is very vicious. We need to change our strategy. Long-range attacks will give King and his bodyguards a chance to react. Next time, we will use a close assassination to make King's escape. I listen to your mother-in-law. I will do whatever you ask me to do, as long as I can avenge my husband and son. You said you missed your father-in-law. Oh, sorry. Is this a badass?" In King's house, in the miscellaneous room, Wang Feng squatted in front of the incubator, looking at the vaccine human egg in the transparent glass. He was full of depression. He originally planned to incubate the vaccine human egg and train it into the big devil King, but he did not expect it to live in it. If he doesn't come out, this is a bit difficult for him. Would you like to cook and eat? No way, no way, you can't learn Saitama's bad habits, it's easy to be bald. He felt his chin and thought about it. He had no choice but to get the vaccine human egg. He was reluctant to lose it and didn't dare to eat it. Alas, he could only let it stay in the incubator as usual. By the way, the system, help me pull out the attribute board. This time, he collected a 4-star card, a great harvest, and last time he was upgraded from level 3 to level 4. He had 5 attribute points that he didn't spend. Now he wants to add to his defense to increase his chances of life-saving. Alas, he can meet weirdos, thugs and the like every few days, and without a little defense, Saitama can't save him. Huh. When did I get to level 5? After the attribute board came out, he found himself inexplicably promoted to level 5. Name. Wang Feng. English name, King level, level 5. Experience value, 3,272,000 stamina, 4 strength, 3. Speed. 13 defense, 2 lucky value. Hidden attributes, can't be viewed, can't be changed. Attribute points. 10 skills. Liquid jet LV1. Jet liquid out to attack the enemy. Skill points. 4 cards. 4-star weird vaccine man, 4-star weird desire judge. Warm reminder. 1. Every attribute of a normal person is 5. Full value is 100. 2. The power of the skill depends on the level and is not affected by the character itself, but the number of times the skill is released is affected by the power attribute. A. System. Why am I missing 2 cards? What about the 2-star card Fontamonster and the 1-star card Vaccine Person, Young? Ding. Today the system detected that the host consciousness was deprived and it was life-threatening. Therefore, the system consumed 2 cards to wake up the host consciousness. What? Wang Feng was startled, thinking that he and Mike had indeed fallen into a coma, but later he woke up for no reason, and Mike did not regain consciousness until the desire judge died. That's why I am not sick who said they can break free of the rules. The reason why he was able to stay awake was the credit of the system. Fortunately, the system awakened him so that he had the opportunity to collect a 4-star card. In other words, a 2-star card and a 1-star card were exchanged for a 4-star card, and this transaction made a lot of money. System. Thanks a lot, by the way. Why haven't I heard that you have a wake-up mechanism before? Do you still hide some functions that you haven't introduced? Ding. There are many hidden functions in the system, which need to be activated only after the host triggers a special condition. Oh, there is also a way to explore, it's very interesting. Wang Feng chuckled. He thought the system was just a card collection system, but he didn't expect it to hide so deep and badly. Then he added all the attribute points to the defense, and it became as follows. Name. Wang Feng. English name, King level, level 5. Experience value, 3,272,000 stamina, 5 strength, 4. Speed. 14 defense, 12 lucky value. Hidden attributes, can't be viewed, can't be changed. Attribute points. Skills. Liquid Jet LV1. Jet liquid out to attack the enemy. Skill points. 4 cards. 4-star Weird Vaccine Man, 4-star Weird Desire Judge. The reason why he either accelerates or adds defense to the 2 attributes of running and saving lives, while ignoring strength and physical strength, is because he has a variety of cards in his hand and will never lack the means of attack. What he lacks is only defense. Like the previous time he faced the mob, he used the Sprite Monsters card, with full attack power, but the defense was a big hole, so he had to deal with it carefully, otherwise a sloppy would lose his life. Another few days passed. Wang Feng went to the street to buy groceries. On the way, he was carrying a basket with a sorrowful expression on his face. Alas, the pursuit of his last life was to hope that one day he would sit at home and someone would give him money to let Wu Yu live a carefree life. The wish was fulfilled, but his heart was completely empty. He felt Saitama's sense of emptiness a little bit. Master is lonely. Shall I sign up for a dance class? Alas, no, as long as you show up yourself and the people around you pounce like a cat smelling fishy smell, you will be annoying, so you will become the strongest king in the world. Damn it, I have become the strongest by lying down. Thinking about it this way, life is so boring. When Wang Feng was thinking about it, he didn't know that there were a few strangers around him who had been wandering around him. These strangers were either in windbreakers and felt hats, or wearing cartoon character coats. In short, they disguised themselves as various characters to monitor him move, while reporting his whereabouts behind the scenes. King. This time it will take your life, 500 million is ours. In the coffee shop, the killer commander stared fiercely at Wang Feng's back, his chest burst out with killing intent, and his palm crumpled the coffee cup he was holding. This gentleman deliberately damaged a coffee cup, please compensate 130 yuan. The coffee shop service staff showed up in time to demand compensation. Oh, sorry, I will pay right away. The killer commander smiled and compensated the coffee shop for the loss. After the waiter left, he stared at Wang Feng fiercely. King, you and I have another blood feud. Well, squeeze the popped coffee cup and draw the hand, the blood is flowing, this account should be counted on King. Force your blood feud, you are great. On Wang Feng's way home, passing by a video game city, there were 2 cartoon characters at the door distributing flyers there. One was a Snow White bunny doll and the other was a pink penguin doll. The killer commander in the coffee shop who closely followed Wang Feng's whereabouts saw that Wang Feng had reached the assassination site where they laid the net, and he quickly gave an order. Blood stab preparation. King has almost reached the video game city, you step forward and hold it. King, and distract the king. Give the crossbow bolt a chance to sniper, remember, don't block the line of the crossbow bolt shooting. Clear. Yes. 2 cold and slightly nervous replies came from the Bluetooth communicator. Bloodspur disguised as a rabbit doll to distribute flyers for the video game city. He glanced at Wang Feng who came over, and took out one from the stack of flyers in his hand, ready to step forward to drag Wang Feng's pace, and try to disperse Wang Feng's steps. Attention. Who knows? Another penguin doll took the lead and handed the flyer to Wang Feng. This gentleman, please take a look at our leaflet. Wang Feng took the flyer from the penguin doll, looked up at the video game city, and his heart moved. Why not go in and play 2 games? In the previous life, almost everyone has a computer at home, but internet cafes are still popular because of the atmosphere of playing games in internet cafes. Similarly, Wang Feng inherited King's game talent and skills and was quite invincible in games. He played games at home. It's just a pastime to relieve boredom. If you play in the video game city, you might be able to raise his interest. Sir, our video game city open today. There are special promotions, you recharge 100 and give you 50, which is very cost effective. Wang Feng talked to the penguin doll intermittently. He glanced at the penguin doll suspiciously. It stands to reason that this kind of work that obviously requires eloquence. Why would a business find someone who stutters to do it? Isn't this humiliating others? Oh, let me see. He glanced at the leaflet and found that the video game city today is really discounted. There are activities for playing for 3 hours and 1 hour, and there are also activities where you can recharge 100 and get 50. Anyway, it is very favorable. Bloodstab, don't go up again, your mission has been completed, and you are ready to retreat at any time. Yes. A bloody breath of relief came from the communicator. The killer command stared at Wang Feng and whispered, bow arrow preparation, crossbow arrow preparation. This time we must end King's life. Our employer has almost lost patience, we don't have much time to waste. Knowledge. A deep breath came from the communicator, followed by a cold voice, thinking that the crossbow arrow had entered a murderous state. At the same time, wife Shi is paying close attention to Wang Feng. From a distance, she stared at Wang Feng in the penguin doll with a telescope in her hand, praying in her heart, Mei Niang, we must succeed, otherwise. She could no longer imagine the consequences of failure. With King's strength, if he were to react, Mei Niangda's delicate body might not be able to withstand his fist. It turned out that the penguin doll was pretended to be the weird Mirinda Mei Niangda, with the purpose of getting close to Wang Feng and distracting him, looking for opportunities to kill him and complete his revenge. It's okay to go home anyway, let's go play. Wang Feng made up his mind, staring at the flyers given by the penguin and walking into the video game city. Should I recharge 300 or play for 3 hours? So tangled. Good opportunity. Crossbow arrows, it's up to you. The time has come, Mei Niang, you have to grasp it. The killer commander and his wife Shi saw Wang Feng looking at the flyer while walking towards the video game city. Their eyes lit up and at the same time they gave a low cry. Clear. The crossbow arrow calmly stared at the scope of the sniper rifle in his hand. The red dot in the middle of the cross locked Wang Feng's head, his fingers lightly squeezed the trigger, and his heart was a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, heaven welcomes you, King. Tweeted. The sound of a slight bullet breaking through the air filled the air. At the same time, Mei Niangda, who had faced Wang Feng and was so scared that she was trembling with words, woke up from the fright and quickly turned around. The straw on top of her head was aimed at Wang Feng's head. She saw that Wang Feng did not react. I was overjoyed. King, go to hell and confess to my 2 husbands and my son. Click. The sound of tiny and sour bullets shooting plastic pieces sounded. How can it be? Mei Niangda in the penguin doll widened her eyes, her pupils contracted, and transparent soda blood flowed from her mouth. She stared at Wang Feng's back unwillingly, and wanted to launch the long-prepared, liquid acupuncture in the straw. All her strength has gone, her body fell forward uncontrollably, her heart full of death and despair. When did King found me? How did he attack me? I didn't notice it at all. King deserves to be the man with the strongest name. In my next life, I don't want to be your enemy anymore. Mei Niang. The wife in the distance rejoiced to see Mei Niangda fall down without warning with her spectacles, and never got up again. She knew it. Mei Niangda was already dead in the hands of King. How did she even die of Mei Niangda? I don't know. Only that he died under the mysterious and terrifying attack of the King. She once saw on the internet that the King was a superpower in addition to his powerful power. Perhaps, Mei Niangda died in the mysterious King's super under the power. The Coke weirdos also died under the superpower of King. Perhaps, this is fate. King does have superpowers, but not a curse, but a lucky halo. She thought sadly, gritted her teeth. King, you wait for me to kill my family's enemies. I will never forget. You must pay for it. My mother, rest in peace, don't worry. The mother-in-law will do it for you. Take revenge, go down and tell Kokum to prepare them for the arrival of King. Her eyes were red and furious, and the straw on her head aimed at Wang Feng, who squatted down to check Mei Niangda's body. King, don't even want to insult our daughter-in-law's body, go to death. The straw on her head shot a faint liquid needle puncture, and went straight to Wang Feng. When his wife was in joy and grief, the people in the Want Killer group also secretly said a pity. Damn, the bullet was blocked by the doll. An annoying sound of crossbow arrows came from the communicator commanded by the killer. It's not the time to talk about this. King must have noticed something wrong. We must leave as soon as possible. The killer commander also sighed regretfully, but he calmed down quickly and said, blood thorns, cold fronts, sharp blades. You guys retreat quickly, remember, retreat quietly, and don't be discovered by the King. They did not answer the blood stabbing, but acted according to the instructions of the killer's command. This is one of the killer's principles. If a blow is missed, you will flee thousands of miles, continue to look for the next assassination opportunity, and be persistent. Has heat stroke. Wang Feng, who was walking into the video game city, heard the sound of someone falling to the ground behind him, turned his head in doubt, and looked at the fallen penguin doll. He remembered that the penguin doll was stuttering. Now it seems that the body may be abnormal before speaking. Now, it looks like it is likely to be heat stroke. After all, it is hot in summer now, and he is carrying a heavy penguin doll inside. It is very stuffy and heat stroke. It is also normal. Hurry up and send him into a shady place to rest. He stepped forward to lift up the penguin doll, and at the same time looked up at the rabbit doll. The two should be colleagues. Why did the rabbit doll faint and ignore the penguin doll? Seeing that the penguin doll fainted and did not come to help, and seemed to be afraid of getting into trouble, he deliberately walked a few steps away. Alas, the world is changing. Why are people so indifferent now? He greeted the rabbit doll dissatisfiedly. Hey, you kid, don't even think about going, come here. The rabbit doll halted, and the blood stab inside was filled with despair. He gritted his teeth and quickly said to the communicator, I have been exposed and there is no chance to retreat. I will hold king, and you will leave quickly. The killer commander was silent for a while, and said in a quiet voice, take care. Then he told Lang Feng and others to continue to retreat. Hee hee, from the moment I became a killer, I was ready to die. Inside the rabbit doll, the blood thorn gave a miserable laugh, took out a saber from his trousers, quickly turned around, gritted his teeth and rushed towards Wang Feng. King, even if I die, I will pull a hair from you. Puff. A slight penetrating sound and the sound of a sharp weapon entering the flesh came out, and the blood smashed into the body. He only felt that his body was stirred into a mess of inexplicable power, and his strength and life flowed out of his body. His face was frightened and he muttered to himself, King. Really scary. Puff. The blood thorn fell weakly, his eyes widened, and he couldn't squint. Why did you have another heat stroke? Oh, it turns out that he didn't avoid the penguin puppet just now, but he couldn't hold it back and was ready to go back to rest. Hey, blame me for misunderstanding you. Wang Feng stared blankly at the rabbit doll that didn't move after it fell to the ground. He was very embarrassed. Oh, I can't carry two of them alone, so let's find a passerby for help. He stood up and scanned around. Oops, he found out, speeded up and retreated. Seeing Wang Feng standing up and looking around, the killer commander was so frightened that he ordered the other killers to retreat quickly. At the same time, his wife likes to hate King shamelessly, and she is surrounded by bodyguards who sacrificed her life at any time. After seeing what Wang Feng seems to be observing, she is also scared enough for fear of being discovered by Wang Feng, so that they will just have a soda family. The door is really destroyed, and no one can avenge them anymore. In order to preserve the vitality, she gritted her teeth and glanced sadly at Mei Niangda, who was lying under Wang Feng's feet, wiped away her tears, and cruelly left Mei Niangda's body to escape. Hey, how come all of these ran away? Just as Wang Feng was about to call for help, he didn't know that the scattered people around had hurried away somehow, as if he was afraid of being named by him. No way, he could only go into the video game city to inform the other shop assistants and ask them to help carry in the two who fainted. Quickly pull off their puppet coats and let them cool off. After several helping shop assistants carried the rabbit doll and penguin doll in, they immediately took off the coat of the doll. Ah, it's a dead person. When the rabbit doll was pulled out, the 7 holes bleed, and the tragic blood stabbed out, and the horrified expression seemed to have seen something extraordinary. Dead? Wang Feng was also taken aback. My god. This is no longer a question of getting cool, it's really cold already. Wait a minute. What do your skeptical eyes mean? Do you suspect that I killed people? Please, I'm a good person and don't usually kill people. He found that several shop assistants in the video game city looked at him with suspicion and alertness, and he screamed innocently. From the beginning to the end, he didn't touch the rabbit doll. How could it be that he killed the person? Ah, weirdo. At the same time, after they stripped off the penguin doll's coat, the already dead Mei Niangda was also exposed, and the penguin doll's coat was full of soda smell. Whack. Wang Feng was stunned, staring at Mei Niangda's body, with an inexplicable sense of familiarity. Isn't this the female version of the freak who made 3 soda tricks last time? You. Who are you? Are you a hero, or a murderer? The shop assistants in the video game city found that the weird had died, and they were relieved. They all looked at Wang Feng. Among the people present, only Wang Feng might be related to the death of the blood stab and the weird. Wang Feng thought for a while. He didn't seem to have any chance to make a statement. He was like Saitama. When he appeared on the stage and waited for others to ask about his identity, he always answered seriously. I am a hero of interest, imitating this sentence. If that is the case, then his remarks should be. Oh, I am a hero of luck. Yes, I am the king lying on the strongest king. Hero? The shop assistants were stunned. I didn't kill people, and I didn't kill the weirdos. You call the police and investigate by yourself? I'm leaving. After Wang Feng put down these words, he slipped away while he was not exposed. Oops, everyone is dead. Of course you have to run away quickly. If you look at the eyes of those clerks, it's almost impossible for Kai Guoguo to say, you are the murderer. Hey. The shop assistants looked at each other and made short eye contact. The murder suspect is gone? Do you want to stop? Goodbye. What if he turns around and gives us a knife? What I'm saying is that it's not worth taking your own life for the dead. Call the police. Anyway, there is surveillance in front of our store. If he is really a suspect, he will definitely not be able to run away. If he is a hero, shouldn't a normal hero try to prove that the weird man killed himself? How could he walk so neatly? I'm afraid it is the tendency of murderers to be a little bit more. The clerk had a little discussion and immediately called the police. More than 10 minutes later, beep beep beep. The police bell of the police car rang outside the video game city. Hill, the captain of the 3rd squad of the M City police station, got off the police car and immediately ordered the others to seal off the scene, and then he took 2 subordinates into the video game city. After taking a casual glance at Mei Nyanga, he went directly to the bloodstab, took a few close glances at the bloodstab with a sharp saber in his hand, wrinkled his brows, and turned the bloodstab's palm a few times, and found that the palm was thick. He told one of his subordinates, "You go to investigate the identity of this person. I suspect that he may be a criminal offering a reward." Yes. The subordinates led away. Immediately, he said to the clerk, "Thank you. Please take out the video recorded by the camera in your store. We need to check and enter the file." "Okay. Please come with me." The clerk took Hill to the security room and asked the security guard to call up the video just now and play it on the computer. Hill sat in a chair and stared at the video on the computer screen like a movie, with his eyes unbroken. Stop. He saw a familiar face from the video, a blonde face with Chinese characters, and 3 scars of meritorious service. That was. His pupils shrank and he was the 14th S-rank hero in the Heroes Association King. Is that King? The security guard and the clerk looked at the indifferent face in the video in surprise. At that time, Wang Feng just raised his head and glanced at the video game city. He did not expect that the camera would happen to be taken by the camera, which became evidence of his identity. If it's King, then the weirdo must have been killed by him, but that person. The clerk hesitantly did not say, that person may be the manslaughter of King, because King's reputation among the people is too high, and he is considered by the citizens to be the protector of M City, and his reputation cannot be tarnished by others. Captain, the identity of the dead has been investigated. The policeman who had just led to investigate the identity of the bloodstab trot in and said breathlessly, "Sure enough, as you expected, the captain, that person is indeed a reward criminal, and he is a Class B reward criminal killer bloodstab." Killer. Hill frowned. How could the killer appear next to King? And killed by King? Could it be? His eyes are wide open. Someone wants to assassinate King? This conjecture is terrifying. In the past 3 years, King killed countless powerful weirdos in order to protect the people, and like a protector to protect the citizens from the wind and rain. Some time ago, it broke that King was actively doing charity. Such people, unexpectedly would anyone want to kill him? I am afraid that the existence of King has affected the interests of some people. The police's mission told him, never allow this kind of thing to happen under the nose, and must protect the King. That person is actually a killer. Lord King must have known the identity of the killer, so after killing the weirdo, he killed the cruel killer along the way. Yes, that must be the case. Lord King is aware of everything, and even the weirdos and killers dressed as cartoon dolls can be seen. It's amazing. Hey, King may have see-through eyes. He may have seen all of your bodies just now. I hate it, but people. I don't mind Master King peeping at my body. My God, catch a nympho alive. After the video was over, they found that King did not kill the bloodstab at the first time, but found the identity of the killer when confirming whether the weird was dead, and specifically stopped the killer and killed it. The clerk discussed the topic of King enthusiastically. By the way, why didn't King admit that weird people and killers were killed by him just now? If I were King, I wouldn't admit it. Lord King usually kills ghost-level and dragon-level weirdos in a flash. Killing a weak weirdo and a killer can be solved by raising your hand. What's to show off? King adults are very modest and low-key people. Even good deeds are only exposed by accident when they are discovered by accident. Oh, such a perfect man. If it were my husband, it would be great. It's less stinky. Lord King's future wife must be a beautiful woman, such as me? Yes, you look like a flower, and you are very characteristic in ugliness. What are you talking about? Believe it or not, I tore your mouth. Come on, my man is King. You dare to move me to try. Try it. Try it. The shop assistants argued when they didn't agree with each other. Hill asked his subordinates to pull, and he played back the video just now. After King killed the bloodstab, His eyes were suddenly attracted by the pedestrians who hurried away. No, King just killed a bloodspur, and several other killers ran away. He stared at the killers and said, "Send a copy of the video to the police station. Remember, it is important to copy it in full." Okay. His subordinates and security nodded in agreement. After finishing the order, Hill left the video game city and immediately reported to his boss that someone was about to assassinate King. After returning to the police station, he hoped that his boss would take it seriously. However, the next day, the reply he received was, "Don't pay attention." Yes, generally speaking, if a citizen is in danger of being assassinated, the task of the police is to send people to protect the citizen 24 hours a day, and at the same time actively catch the person behind the assassin. However, King is the strongest man on the surface. How many policemen do they need to protect? Just kidding. I am afraid that the King will protect them in the event of an accident, and the man behind the scenes who dares to send someone to assassinate the King is a simple guy? At least they are the people in the 26 cities that can be counted. These people can be managed by their lost police. Don't be too busy to help by the time. Instead, you provoke a commotion. Therefore, the high level of the police department gave a reply that ignored it and asked them to fight with gods. It would be good for our innocent people to watch the show quietly. Oh, don't you care? Sorry, I can't do it. Hill crumpled his boss's reply into a ball of paper and threw it into the trash basket, with a calm face and deep eyes looking at the police uniform hanging on the wall. What are the duties of the police? Protect citizens' lives and property. Since you know that citizens are in danger, as a policeman, you have to stand up for personal protection 24 hours a day, even if the opponent is the strongest man on the surface, even if the opponent does not need your own protection at all. It would be a joke to protect others by yourself, but this is the duty of a policeman. Protecting the citizens, my mission is irrelevant whether the other party needs it or not. Keep my wife She locked up for me until she wakes up and repents. In the Blackstreet Weird Club, the president Kong D furiously asked the weirdo to imprison his grief-faced wife, Beansprouts, Radish, and Black Roasting. The three of you take turns to watch her. Don't let her. She ran away, otherwise she would definitely go to King to die for nothing. Yes, President. The radish head is more than 3 meters tall and is shaped like a bucket with muscle knots, so it is also called muscle radish. Beansprouts have a slender body like a bamboo pole, and they always look scared and panicked in front of people. Black Roasting is full of black smoke, human-shaped, with a roasting pan on his head, and a string of "I love coffee" written on his clothes in English. Wife struggled and said, "President, you can't lock me. I want revenge. You can't lock me. I want revenge. Chairman, I want revenge. Let me go. I want revenge." HMPH, you must be optimistic. If you let her run away, I will ask you. Candelli snorted and left angrily. Damn, the soda family was almost wiped out. They are the club's free sodas. Now there are 4 of them, and there is one remaining 7-Up, which is not very useful. The club will probably want itself next. I paid for soda, so heartbroken, and I have to spend a lot of money. The 3 of Doe Sprouts put the howling and struggling wife into the closed room of the club. Let me out. I want revenge. I want revenge. Hey, my wife, please calm down. You can't kill a powerful person like King. Don't blame the president. The president is also for your own good. You think the president is usually a kind person. This time, it's rare to get angry for you. Turnip to persuade his wife to be happy. Yes, the president is very angry with your death-dealing behavior. You can stay in it for a few days with peace of mind. When the president is angry, you will be released. The president really thinks of us as family members, that's why he is so angry. The president is so good. Want Killer Group. Head, after a simple examination by the doctor, it was discovered that the bloodstab's body was stirred into a pot of porridge by some force, and it was completely dead. A killer was shocked to report the results of Dark Knight's physical examination to the killer commander. All the internal organs have been shattered? The killer commander was shocked. King, it is really terrible. Who of you saw King taking action this time? The other assassins such as Cold Fronts and Sharp Blades shook their heads. The killer commander sighed sadly. Another murder is invisible. He is really much more terrifying than our killer. Jingle bell. The phone commanded by the killer rang suddenly. Hey, Boss F. Hello. Yes, we failed again, but we have saved most of our combat power. Please give us another chance. Next time, we will kill the king. Okay. Thank you for your trust. Don't worry. We have already figured out the next method to deal with King. This time, he is dead. In the killer world, in order to protect employer information, they usually use code names to address employers. The killer commanded to hang up. Lang Feng stepped forward and asked, "Head, when have we figured out a way to deal with King?" The killer commander glared at Lang Feng. "Idiot, how can I make money without lying in business?" He smiled coldly. "Besides, I already have a little eyebrow for the way to deal with the king. Let the big guy rest and kill the king in a few days." "Yes, head, somewhere in the world." "Huh. What right does trash have to make me trust you?" "Chuck, I heard that there is a killer star named Sonic rising up in the killer world recently?" "Yes, sir." "Well, invite him to help me kill someone, the price is 1 billion. "Yes, sir." The room fell into silence again. "What?" "The vaccine man card expires in 5 days. In M City." Wang Feng was stunned at King's home. He just received a warm reminder from the system that the vaccine provider had expired and was scrapped in 5 days. Ding. The retention period of each weirdo card is 1 month, and it will be discarded when it expires. Wait a minute, system, is there a way to keep the card? That's the vaccine man card. The first 4-star card he owns is also one of the only 2 cards now. It has powerful power. How can it be said that it will expire when it expires? Ding. If you want to renew, please recharge. Is this sentence so familiar? Hey, webmaster, help me charge $2. Wang Feng asked again. How much money can be recharged to make a 4-star card become a permanent card? There are more than 1 million in his card, so I don't know if it will be enough. Ding. This system recharges for card recharge, consumes a 1-star card to recharge the target card for 1 week, consumes a 2-star card to recharge the target card for 2 weeks. Consume a 5-star card to recharge the target card 5 weeks. Ding. Warm reminder. The cards collected by this system cannot be saved forever. To put it simply, it's a card exchange for cards. If he has a star card, he can recharge the vaccine man card for renewal. However, his current net worth only has 2 4-star cards. It is impossible for him to consume the Desire Judge's card to renew the vaccine man card. Because it is not worth it. The card ability of the Desire Adjudicator is to some extent far more powerful than that of the Vaccine Man. Desire Arbiter. Background. Because the desires of human beings are getting bigger and bigger, they are constantly destroying the environment in order to satisfy their desires, and in order to obliterate human beings in the harmful civilization created by human beings, weird people born by the will of the earth. Skills. Judgment. All human beings with appetite, sex desire, and killing thought will be deprived of consciousness and fall into a vegetative state. Although there is only one solitary skill, this skill is like a bug for humans, and it is as strong as the superalloy black light, and it fell to the ground in an instant. It's a pity that the bug's Desire Arbiter met Bug Saitama and was hit by a punch by Saitama. Wang Feng was very emotional. Saitama really is strong enough to break the rules. Yes. A few days have passed. I don't know if the express delivery to Saitama last time has arrived. The express delivery in this world is really slow and makes me want to beat it. People. He turned on the computer and checked the mailing, and found that the gift had arrived. He imagined Saitama's expression after opening the package. Beautiful. Hey. After entertaining himself, he cleaned up and was about to go out. Ziki called him and asked him to shoot a group of Hero Public Service S at a designated location in M City. Of course, he also hopes that he can meet ghost-level weirdos when going out, and use Vaccine Man cards to clean it up, that is, not to waste Vaccine Man cards, but also collect a certain strength of weird cards, so that he can maintain resistance to weird people. At the same time, Z City, no man's land, downstairs of Saitama apartment. Chi. Car brakes. Boom. The package landed. Saitama, you have arrived by post, the postman yelled. Chug. The car leaves. This time is obviously more proficient than last time. The post office car stayed for less than half a minute from start to finish. The name of the ghost zone is deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. Saitama in the sender Hong Lingjing died earlier, so that he wouldn't have to risk his life to deliver the post every time. What about people? Who called me? Hey, anyone? Who called me just now? Saitama opened the door to the hallway and looked down. There was no one downstairs, only the marks left by 2 brakes. Hey, that's a package. Was it mailed to me? Could it be a gift from a fan again? His dead fish eyes were gleaming. He flipped over from the corridor railing, jumped down, stepped on his slippers to the front of the package, and it said, Saitama close, as expected. Hey, another fan sent me a gift. He was overjoyed and rushed back to the room holding the package. Although he was a hero out of interest, he was also happy to be able to reap fans, because this was not just a fan gift, but also a heavy recognition. Click. He removed the outer shell of the package, revealing the exquisite gift box inside, and carefully opened the gift box. In the exquisite gift box, several bottles of well-known brand shampoo were neatly placed, confident and soft, long-lasting anti-dandruff Qingyang, head and shoulders with more outstanding hair. Saitama looked dazed. Wash. Shampoo. He only felt the muscles on his face beating, and the word, tick, was exploded directly in his temples, which was a prelude to going violently. He resisted the collapsed mentality and stiffly picked up the piece of paper in the gift box. Dear Saitama, what should I say? I feel I owe you too much and I can't get anything back. I decided to mail you a few bottles of shampoo full of heart after thinking hard. Men can have no hair, but they must wash their hair, because when there is no hair, your dandruff will be exposed. If you don't take care of it seriously, you will be disgusted. Besides, only by washing your hair carefully can your bald head continue to shine and attract attention, and be a shining little sun. Signer. Handsome guy with hair. Ah. Saitama turned into a runaway state where he missed the sale, and suddenly tore the note to pieces and spilled it into the air. It turned out that the gift was mailed by that handsome guy with hair last time? Why am I so angry? Is it great to have hair? Although I am bald, I am stronger. Can you get stronger if you have hair? Can? I am a bald head. King. It's great to have hair. You are a bald man who has been working hard for 3 years to become the strongest, but I became the strongest when I lay down while eating, drinking, and having fun. Well, it turns out that I still have the strongest hair. Boom. Huge fireworks emerged from the street. Weirdo, everyone, run away. Hurry up and notify the Heroes Association. Passers-by screamed and scattered. Humans full of desires, accept the trial. The street rumblingly cracked, and from under the dark ground, he suddenly stretched out his hands to grab both sides of the street, and then slammed hard. The grotesque under the ground jumped up and landed on the street with a bang. The weird man has 4 faces and his body is as strong as a cow. As soon as it appears, it immediately destroys the street and yells, "Ravenous human beings, all go to death." Boom. A black shadow fell from the sky and knocked the strange man into the air with one punch. Here is the territory of mankind. You can't tolerate you in the wild. On the roof, the man was tall, with elegant blonde hair, a face with Chinese characters, and 3 hideous metal scars, staring coldly at the weird man who stood up again. Are you a king? I know you, the strongest warrior of mankind. The weird man stood up, 7 or 8 meters high, and looked at Wang Feng who was standing on the roof. Do you know who I am? Hey. I rely on the will of the earth. Well-winded. I don't need to know your origins, I only know that if you dare to hurt humans, you deserve to die. Wang Feng's eyes suddenly opened, and the sharp light flashed, and he stepped on the roof under his feet, and the house shattered. He had already used his strength to fly out, his fist was raised high, and he suddenly hammered at the strange man. Arrogant. The weird man was furious and didn't evade at all. He banged against Wang Feng. You punch me and I beat you. In a short period of time, the two of them were covered with scars. Boom. In the end, Wang Feng punched the strange man's head full of scars, and directly knocked the strange man down. Humph. Wang Feng gave a cold snort, turned back, and stood steadily on a certain roof, looking down at the dead weird man like an emperor. His face was full of contempt. He spat at the weird body. Bah, rubbish. Which. Boom. After his saliva fell on the ground, it was like an atomic bomb. The entire area was swallowed by the explosion, including Wang Feng. After the big explosion, all of them disappeared for hundreds of miles. King, die. Voiceover insertion. Spitting anywhere is small, but the consequences are serious. Become a moral hero. Starting with you and me, please don't learn King. Bah. A few days later, the heroic public service shot by Wang Feng was officially broadcast in major squares and TV stations. Wow. That's King's Emperor's mouth cannon, right? So cool. On the street, some children watched Wang Feng blowing up half of the city with a mouthful of old altar sauerkraut, with a look of admiration. Hey, you weird, look at my big move, the Emperor's mouth cannon, ah. Don't think that only you can do it, and I will do it too. King Flow Qigong technique. The Emperor's mouth cannon, bah. Bah bah. Wang Feng passed by, watching these little children spitting each other happily, and the corners of their mouths twitched. What's the meaning of this? Isn't it to teach everyone not to spit anywhere? How can there be a counterproductive trend? This is the ethical idea that Zeki germinated from the process of quitting the mob. The content is quite good, but the effect. He glanced at the few slobbers who were playing happily and laughed. Oh, it's definitely not my business. I am a civilized citizen and I never spit or urinate anywhere. He put his hands in his clothes in Kabuto and walked away silently. His vaccine man card only had 2 Tenten time left. He was going to search for ghost-level weirdos in these 2 days, and use the vaccine man card, that is, not to waste the vaccine man. The card can add a ghost-level monster card as a power reserve. If there is really no ghost-level monster, then hope that there will be a few tiger wolf-level monsters to recharge the vaccination card. Attention to the residents of City A and to the residents of City A. The Heroes Association has notified urgently that ghost-level weirdos have appeared at the gas station leading to City M. The Heroes Association is currently dispatching heroes to destroy the weirdos. Before weirs are eliminated, please stay away. Gas station, go to the refuge to take shelter. Attention residents of City M, and residents of City M. The Heroes Association has notified urgently that ghost-level weirdos have appeared at the gas station leading to City A. The Heroes Association is currently dispatching heroes to eliminate weirdos. Before weirdos are eliminated, please stay away. Gas station, go to the refuge to take refuge. The sirens in the urban centers of City A and City M sent out an emergency broadcast of strange information at the same time. Wow. As soon as the announcement came out, the citizens of the 2 cities were in an uproar. Ghost-level weirdo. The corner of Wang Feng's mouth ticked slightly. Hey, just to my liking. Taxi. He reached out and stopped a taxi. After getting in, he said lightly, the gas station at the junction of City A and City M. What? The taxi driver panicked. This guest, don't you know that a strange person appeared near the gas station? Wang Feng under his peaked cap smiled faintly. It is because I know that I want to go. The driver was stunned. He had already guessed that Wang Feng might be a hero. He tentatively asked, what are you going to do? Wang Feng raised his head slightly, revealing his sharp eyes, and said in a deep voice, execution of justice. The taxi driver's pupils shrank, and the cells all over his body became excited. Wang Feng's simple sentence, execute justice, immediately made him excited. Guest, you sit firmly, I'm going to speed 200. Boom. The taxi speeded up quickly, reaching a speed of 200, and rushing over in the lane with a slam, rushing through a dozen traffic lights, racing all the way to the gas station. Laugh. After dozens of minutes, the taxi driver said to Wang Feng excitedly, Hero, you have arrived at your destination. Oh, got it. Wang Feng pushed the car door down and stared at the gas station not far away. There was a monster like a tortoise shell carrying a car on his back, and the odd person was pumping gasoline into the car. Everything is over. He stretched out his hands at the weird person, and in an instant, his hands began to gather energy and emit dazzling light. This is. The taxi driver's eyes widened and he was speechless in shock. Purgatory Warrior's explosive heatwave cannon. Wang Feng gave a deep drink, and the light from his hand shot out. The camera zoomed out. Looking down from the sky, only a flame rushed towards the weird person. Boom. The firelight and the weird contact exploded in an instant. When the firelight wiped out the weird, because of contact with oil, even the gas station was destroyed and exploded, and a mushroom cloud was directly raised, and the weird died without leaving ashes. At this time, a voiceover was interrupted on the TV screen. Fireworks are strictly prohibited in the gas station. The next day, the taxi driver paid a 3,000 fine and was impounded with his driving license. Voiceover. For your safety, please don't run through the traffic lights. No Man's Land in Z City. Saitama lay reclining on the bed, scratching his crotch subconsciously, staring at the TV commercial, and muttering, execution of justice. If it's cool, I will try again next time. Hello, please, this is a public service that prohibits fireworks and traffic lights at gas stations. Is your focus wrong? Oh, that's right, you poor can't even afford a bicycle, and you rely on your legs to travel. How can you care about gas stations and running traffic lights? Wang Feng looked at the moral on the square screen with a blank expression on his face, his mouth twitched, and he said yes to make me a moral model. How do you mold me into a moral scum? Oh, doing evil. He shook his head and sighed lightly, wandering in the streets of M City with peace of mind, hoping that his aura for attracting ghosts would work, attracting ghost-level monsters, or bringing out his super bad luck of extremely fortunately deteriorating, encountering expectations. Ghost-class weirdo. After half a day, it was dark. However, he did not touch any information about weird people. On the phone, there were many news about weird people in other cities, but today M City is surprisingly calm. Perhaps peace is the greatest happiness for ordinary people, but for Wang Feng at this moment, it is simply terrible. Boom. When he was distracted, the window of the hotel in front of him burst open, and a figure was thrown out of the hotel. He subconsciously reached out and took it, well, softly. Hey, a familiar person. Wang Feng stared blankly at the person in his arms, with dark green short hair, fair complexion, slender waist and plump breasts, bumpy appearance, tall and wearing a dark green dress. Is this the feng shui of hell, Sister Oni-san of Tornado? He was stunned and looked up at the sky stupidly. What's the situation? Luck is out of luck today. Feng shui of hell fell into his arms? It's over. Will Tornado kill me if I know it? Ahem. Be careful. Beware of rewards. Feng shui of hell's complexion was slightly pale, as if caused by excessive use of her ability. She was weak in speaking and very weak. Wang Feng blinked his eyes, offering a reward? Smelly lady. Dare to find your grandfather's bad luck. Today I let you back and forth. Lousy will eat you. With the bang of the hotel, the door was smashed in an instant. From the hotel, a tall and mighty brawny man swaggered out. The brawny man had only 2 strands of hair like sunflower leaves behind his bald head, and his left and right eyes were even more visible. The 2 sutured hideous scars. His whole body is muscular. Kong Wu is powerful, holding a big axe in his hand. His eyes are fierce and cruel. Who are you? After the reward offer went out, he was taken aback when he saw that the stinky lady who was going to kill himself was in Wang Feng's hands. Wang Feng glanced at the bewildered Hell Chushui, and reluctantly said his opening remarks. I am a lucky hero. Damn it. The ghost-level weirdo didn't run into it, and there was a bounty criminal. This is not the dish I want to eat. A hero by luck. The rewarding criminal said with contempt. What kind of random setting is this? Didn't you put a red envelope for the author? Oh, it's troublesome. Wang Feng hugged Chuaoshui from hell and walked back. If it's okay, I will go first, and I will invite you to dinner later. Oh, okay. Wait a minute, kid, are you blinding me? Hand over the stinky lady in your hand, or Lousy will chop you up with you. The bounty criminal is holding a large axe in both hands, staring at Wang Feng fiercely, and he has the urge to hack someone if he makes a big difference. He is a reward criminal. Killing is as simple as drinking water for him, without any psychological burden at all. Wang Feng looked at the reward culprit in embarrassment. It was too wasteful to use the vaccine man card on him, and he would not be able to get a single hair. It was a loss. Someone did the sale of murder, and no one did the business of losing money. Make up your mind, you can't waste cards on bounties. Go. I won't kill you. Wang Feng hugged Chuishui and turned and left. Brother, just accept it when you see it. Don't force me to take action, otherwise you and I will be sad. Damn it, kid, dare to look down on me. Lousy is a Class B reward criminal. I will be a Class A in a while. Lousy is pissed off. Lousy wants to kill you in advance to celebrate the good news of being promoted to Class A. The bounty criminal was furious, lifted the axe forcefully with both hands, and rushed towards Wang Feng. Hey, I can't save it after all. Wang Feng sighed regretfully, his eyelids sinking slightly, his palm raised to aim at the reward criminal, ready to consume the vaccine man's card to release energy bombs to blast the reward criminal into scum. The rewarding criminal looked grim and shouted angrily, "Take my life." The big axe in his hand was held high, and the attack was fierce. Fu. At this time, the sky suddenly went dark, and a car suddenly dropped from the sky and went straight to the criminal offering a reward. Boom. There was a thunderous sound. The car slammed on the bounty criminal, and the bounty criminal spewed out a lot of blood. He was pressed under the car, his eyes widened, and he was suddenly uplifted. Wang Feng stared at the sudden change and didn't react. Humph. There was a snort of Tsunere from the air, pulling Wang Feng back from his dazedness. It's you. The trembling tornado hugged his chest, hovering in the air, and glanced at Fushui. What? I just came out alone without learning a lot. I didn't want me to wipe my ass. Wang Feng breathed a sigh of relief. Hey, it's just that your sister will leave it to you, so I won't have trouble. It's you. King. Tornado saw Wang Feng at this time, and she was furious. Let go of my sister. Oh. Wang Feng loosened his hand. Boom. Chushui naturally fell to the ground. This heavy fall caused Chuishui, who was in a coma, to make a painful sound. Lu brows frowned slightly, and there was a trace of pain on her tender and white face. King, you. Tornado was furious, and pointed at Wang's desperately and shouted, I want to fight you. No time, next time. Wang Feng simply refused. His current task is to find one or a few ghost-level cards to use the vaccine man. How can he have time to play with Tornado? By the way, how could this girl think of a duel with me? People say that metal bats are sister control, and your Tornado can't escape this label dead sister control. What he didn't know was that Tornado had long thought of challenging him, but it was destroyed several times. Tornado held his chest with both hands, and looked down at Wang Feng. Huh. What? King, you are really a tortoise with a shrunken head. You shamelessly said that you are the strongest man. Yes, shameless, such a spineless guy, just give up. Be a hero. Oh. Wang Feng replied casually and turned to leave. Ding. There are convertible cards around, please host to convert. The system's cold prompt sound came over. Huh. Card? Wang Feng looked at the reward criminal in surprise. It turned out that it was not only the weirdo that can be converted into cards, but also the reward criminal. Tornado pointed at Wang Feng and threatened. Hey, you are too rude, you ignore me every time, damn it, believe it or not, that a meteorite killed you. Oh. Wang Feng replied faintly again, and reached out before offering a reward. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting a villain card Axeman. His eyes were shining, and he couldn't wait to ask the system. System, can you use the villain card to recharge the weird card? Ding. The two are interoperable. Perfect. Although no ghost-level weirdos were found, at least the problem of Vaccine Man expiration was temporarily solved. Hey, King, I want to challenge you and beat you from the strongest. Tornado bent over in midair and looked down at Wang Feng. Let's fight. Neuropathy. Wang Feng glanced at Tsunere Old Loli lightly. Tornado pointed at Wang Feng. What? You are really a tortoise with a shrunken head. You don't have the courage to be challenged by me, you a coward. Wang Feng lowered his cap, put his hands in his white sweater kabuto, and turned back home. Well, since you are so persistent, then I will compete with you to see who can eliminate a dragon-level weird in the shortest days. This girl is so annoying. Just casually make a bet with her. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, as long as you can send her away. As to why you choose the dragon level, of course, it is because the dragon level is rare, so the bet may be extended for a period of time. This girl will don't bother him, let him be clean. Tornado refreshed and said excitedly, okay, it's a deal. After finishing speaking, she waved her small hand and used her superpower to pull Chushui into the air, her whole body flashing green, and she disappeared in front of King with a squeak. Annoying loli. Wang Feng continued to walk leisurely on the street, still not giving up his good wish to meet a ghost-level weirdo. I barely gained something today. Collected a villain card, postponed the crisis of the Vaccine Man's expiration date, and barely achieved his goal today. Wang Feng wandered around the streets casually, thinking all the way. Little did he know that there was a mysterious and terrifying guy around him, a supernova in the killer world. Sonic the speed of sound. Is he king? Sonic stood on the roof with his hands on his shoulders, his hair tied like a girl, his appearance was handsome, his eyes were painted with camouflage like a weird smile, he was wearing a corset with armored body, and his neck was tied with dark blue and elegant. His long scarf, with a samurai sword hung on his back. At this moment, he looked at Wang Feng, who was walking casually, thoughtfully. The whole body is full of flaws, and I feel that I can kill him in one shot. No, those are not flaws, but traps. The strong want to cover up their real flaws. And deliberately exposed flaw traps. These traps are as beautiful and deadly as poppies. If the attacker is not careful enough, he will definitely die in the wonderful traps arranged by King. Hey, King, can be called the strongest on the surface. The man of, sure enough, there are two things, but. He showed a weird, innocent smile similar to the Guy Fawkes mask in the movie, V for Vendetta. You are on my list of murderers, no matter who you are, don't want to escape my palm. But, where is the real flaw in King? He stared dignifiedly at Wang Feng, who was seemingly casual, but actually vigilant, and carefully scanned Wang Feng's body, trying to find out the flaws in Wang Feng's body that could really kill him with a single blow. Flaws. Which one is the real flaw? He has been following King for nearly a day, and night has fallen. However, he is still not sure which flaw in Wang Feng's body is real. He was about to collapse. Before, he thought that as long as he had patience, he would be able to find out the weakness of his prey, but now, King slapped him severely. He frantically held two darts in his hands, wishing to give King a few shots, but after all, he had been trained in the ninja village since he was a child, and he has practiced a word, forbearance, to a certain extent, and he would not easily shoot if he was not sure about things. He took a deep breath, suppressed his irritability, and threw himself into the "let's find the difference" game again. At the same time, it is not only Sonic who follows Wong Feng, but also another tail Police Hill. After learning that someone is going to assassinate King, he has made up his mind to personally protect King personally, even if his boss disagrees. He will still go his own way, because that is his mission as a policeman, to protect citizens' lives and property. Wong Feng was unaware of this, and walked aimlessly on the street. Boom. Suddenly, a burst of earth-shaking explosions resounded in M City, resounding throughout the world, and a fire burst into the sky in the center of the city, almost illuminating the entire city. Huh. Fireworks? Wong Feng looked at the familiar firelight in the center of the city suspiciously, with a faint feeling in his heart. The last time he saw such a gorgeous firework, he met the Desire Adjudicator and was almost deprived of consciousness. Fortunately, the system escorted him. Otherwise, he might miss a 4-star card. Sonic, who has been trying to find out Wong Feng's real weakness, also looked at the light and fire in the distance with surprise. That location seems to be the branch of the Heroes Association of City M. What the hell is the Heroes Association? Is it because it was attacked? As the third captain of the police force, Hill is very familiar with the neighborhoods of City M. He knew at a glance that the location of the explosion was near the branch of the Heroes Association. Based on this, it was speculated that the association might be in an accident. Attention residents of City M, and residents of City M. The Heroes Association urgently notified that the weird prison branch of the Heroes Guild in City M was attacked by mobs. All the strangers in the prison escaped. There is a total of ghost-level strangers. There are several tiger-wolf-level weirdos. At present, the Heroes Association is dispatching heroes to destroy the weird people. Before weird people are eliminated, please take care of your safety and go to the refuge to take refuge. The weird siren in downtown M issued an emergency notification. Puff. Wong Feng was almost not scared by the news. There are really terrorists in this world. There are actually brave people attacking the weird prison. Are we afraid that weird people will come out and kill them first? Weirdo flees collectively. Sonic's eyes lit up, and a naive smile appeared again. King, as a hero, it is your duty to eliminate weird people. Hey, as long as you fight against weird people, you will definitely pay attention to weird people. On the body, relax your vigilance against other people, when the time comes. Hey, your life is mine. At the same time, outside the weird prison of the branch of the Heroes Association of M City, Lang Feng and other members of the Want Killer group gathered around the Killer Command. Head. Those weirdos have successfully escaped from prison. I believe that the Heroes Association will soon announce to inform the residents of M City. At that time, King will definitely be invited by the association to take part in the action to eliminate the weirdos. The Killer Commander sneered. King's vigilance was too high, which caused our 2 operations to fail. This time, we find a group of helpers, and we must kill King. Sharp Blade looked at the Killer Commander admiringly. Head, your plan is perfect. No matter how strong the King is, he will definitely be distracted when fighting a group of weird people. That's the best time for us to assassinate the King. The Killer Commander said bitterly. Since we can't wait for the best time to assassinate him, then we will create our own assassination opportunity, so that King can't escape, and use his life to wash away the shame of our 2 failures. Kill the King. Shame. Kill the King. Shame. 7 or 8 killers roared in unison. Jingle bell. Wong Feng's phone rang as scheduled. A weird riot broke out in M City, and King, as the biggest hero in M City, could not make any sense. After a brief conversation with Maria, who is in charge of the information management of weird people in the association, he hung up the phone. His whole body was excited, and his eyes showed an eager impulse. Ghost-level weirdo. Ghost-level weirdo. He searched for a day, and finally let him wait. Haha, Wangtian has paid off, and by the way, there are more than a dozen tiger-wolf-level monsters as gifts. How do you say? Put it this way, perfect. The vaccine man card will come in handy. As this guy. Excited. Sonic, who was observing Wong Feng in the dark, narrowed his eyes. When he heard the news that weird people appeared, his eyes immediately burst into a strong sense of war, and his loose body became sharp. Like a blade. Is this your fighting state? King. Well, why is there still so many flaws in his whole body? Why are the flaws still unchanged? His pupils shrank. A terrifying man. Even if he enters a fighting state, his defense is still tight. This seems to have become his. A kind of instinct. He is indeed a strong one, and will never let his mind relax because of a momentary battle. King. I want to harvest your life more and more. That must feel beautiful. Boom. There was an explosion sound from a distance. The explosion sound was not caused by artillery bombs, but the sound of a heavy object collapsing. Weirdo. Wang Feng lowered the peaked cap and couldn't help showing a naive smile. Weirdo, be my card. That smile. Sonic stared blankly at Wang Feng, who was laughing strangely. His brain exploded. MMP. The patented smile was stolen. Unforgivable. King, I have another reason to kill you. You. Die for me. System, I want to use the vaccine man card. After receiving the news of the ghost level weirdo, Wang Feng's spirits rallied, and his cells became excited. Ding. Use the vaccine card successfully. Ding. Because the host level is too low, only some experience points can be obtained. Ding. Congratulations to host for gaining 12,306 experience points. Ding. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to level 9, gaining 20 attribute points and 4 skill points. Ding. Congratulations to the host for using a 4-star card. Since it is the first time to use a rare card, the system hereby rewards a skill point. In addition, it rewards the host to comprehend the full set of skills of the vaccine man card. Please continue to work hard. Ding. Congratulations to host for comprehending the skills of vaccine people flying. Ding. Congratulations to host for comprehending the skill of the vaccine man explosive energy bomb. Ding. Congratulations to host for comprehending the skills of vaccine people strengthening transformation. At first, Wang Feng felt that his strength and other attributes were overwhelming, and he was extremely refreshed. Then he was stunned by a series of continuous notifications from the system. Well, Happy fainted. The alias of the vaccine man card should be called the gift pack card. It is also called the surprise card, because it really brought too much surprise to Wang Feng. Needless to say, the experience value, although he encountered the intervention of the cheating system that the legendary low-level character is not worthy of enjoying the high-level monster benefits. The system forcibly reduced the experience value he deserves, but at the current stage of his low level, more than 10,000 experience points are already the quantity that made him very satisfied. The previous 1-star cards and 2-star cards only had a stingy 212,000 experience points. How can there be the arrogance of a 4-star card? However, the most surprising thing is that the system gave him such a generous gift package for the first time to comprehend the full set of vaccine man skills. My god. According to the system settings, unless he steps on shit, he will never be able to comprehend 3 at a time. This skill really made a lot of money this time. Comfortable. Huh? King was in a daze, and there are more flaws in his body? Why? Why? Sonic stared at King, with cold sweat on his forehead. Did he notice my existence? So he deliberately before the battle expose more flaws and try to attract me to appear. Hey, King, you look down on me too much. As an excellent ninja who has cultivated since childhood, I can definitely restrain the impulsive devil in my heart and look for it patiently when I haven't reached the best time to shoot. Give you a chance to be a fatal blow. In a daze? Huh, it's like a wooden chicken, right? Looks like wood, but in fact, the eyes are concentrated and the mind is united. If others dare to attack at this time, they will inevitably suffer 100 times the counterattack of King. King, I did not expect that your state of mind has reached such a terrifying state. To the point. Sonic slowed his breathing and tried to hide his breath to avoid being discovered by the king. Wang Feng doesn't care what Sonic thinks. After he got the system gift package, he couldn't wait to open his property panel to check. Name. Wang Feng English name, King level, level 9. Experience value. 16,334,000 stamina, 5 strength, 4 speed, 14 defense, 12 lucky value, hidden attributes, can't be viewed, can't be changed. Attribute points. 20 skills. 1. Liquid Jet LV1, jet liquid out to attack the enemy. 2. Explosive Energy Bomb LV1, collect the surrounding energy and launch an energy bomb like a laser cannon. 3. Strengthen Transformation LV1, strengthen your own abilities and make your skills more powerful. 4. Flying LV1, as the messenger of the earth, you can fly freely in the earth. Skill points. 9 cards. 4-star Weird Vaccine Man, 4-star Weird Desire Judge. Warm reminder. 1. Every attribute of a normal person is 5. Full value is 100. 2. The power of the skill depends on the level and is not affected by the character itself, but the number of times the skill is released is affected by the power attribute. Wang Feng was overjoyed. He finally hoarded a few skills. What's more perfect is that he has reached level 9. As long as he goes up one level, the skill points that have been displayed as a display can come in handy and raise the skills he comprehends to at level 2. He barely had the strength to fight tiger-level monsters. Flee. The weirdo came here. The weirdo is crazy. The weirdo is crazy. This is a crazy weirdo. Everyone, run. Just as Wang Feng was stunned, the citizens panicked and yelled to wake him up. Kill. 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 Kill all humans. On the streets of M City, a leopard-headed grimace, brown-skinned weird man covered with sharp barbs was madly vandalizing on the street. The weird man has red eyes and a mad look. Judging from his appearance, he has lost his mind, and his mind is full of murder and brutality. This is in prison. Suffocated. Wang Feng looked at the weird man who was acting madly in surprise. The usual weird man, no matter how cruel, would at least retain his sense and behave in an orderly manner. The strange man in front of him was like a child who lost his temper. Destroy. Kill. Destroy. Destroy everything in front of it, and even tear it apart along with the monsters. Kill. 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 The strange man slapped the palm of his hand into the wall of the building, slammed his whole body, and broke the wall of the building in half like tearing a piece of paper. Boom. The building lost its pillars and collapsed. The weird man waved his arm and tore the collapsed building into fragments. After the building was completely destroyed, he continued to rush forward. Oh, whether you are crazy or crazy, please enjoy my energy bomb. Wang Feng took a deep breath and slowly raised his hands in a posture of spreading his hands. The two palms absorbing the energy of the heaven and the earth arbitrarily, gradually forming two energy light balls. At this moment, looking from a distance, I saw Wang Feng like a street lamp pole, with two large light bulbs hanging on him, dazzling. It is certain that the light bulbs are high power. Hey, is the battle going to begin? King, get ready for death. Sonic's eyes flashed with a hint of excitement. His palms held the samurai sword behind his back, his whole body condensed, his eyes fixed on Wang Feng, ready to issue a fatal sword at any time. At the same time, Head, what you said is right. As long as you follow the ghost-level weirdo, you will definitely find King. Now, King is about to come into contact with the ghost-level weirdo. I think their battle will begin soon. Crossbow Arrow put down the sight glasses and reported the observation to the Killer Command. The Killer Commander nodded slightly, and remotely commanded, Cold Front, Sharp Blade, Shadow. You check whether there are any problems with the special weapons we prepared specially for King in your hands. If there are problems, report them in time. If there are no problems, do it now. Sniper preparation. Yes, Head. Lang Feng received. Clear. Several cold voices appeared in the communicator commanded by the Killer one after another. Very well. The fireworks celebrating the success of the assassination of King tonight have been set off in advance. This time we must kill King. Otherwise, our face and reputation in the killer world will be completely lost. Crossbow Arrow smiled cruelly. Head, don't worry. The game you carefully designed for King is perfect. Even if King has 3 heads and 6 arms, he will never escape. Don't be careless. King is not an ordinary person, he is the strongest man on the surface. The Killer Command solemnly said. We must pay attention to him 200%, otherwise, if we dare to underestimate King, even if we do a perfect plan may fall short. Yes, Head. Kill. 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 The crazy weird desperately destroyed everything. Houses, people, cars. As long as something appeared in front of him, none of them were spared from being destroyed. Taste my energy bomb. Wang Feng saw that the strange man was 30 meters away. He held up 2 bulbs in his palm and threw it at the strange man. The energy bomb drew a perfect parabola in the air, and then lost. The actual direction he threw and fired the energy bomb for the first time deviated greatly from his own imagination, and the energy bomb fell directly 10 meters away from the strange man. Boom. An explosion sounded, and a large amount of dust threw up the dim street. Ahem. Sonic coughed a few times, vomited a few mouthfuls of dust, and quickly moved from the dark street to the hiding place. At the same time, he was frightened. King has such a keen sense of smell. When confronting a ghost-level weirdo, I can still find me hiding. I just wanted to get closer and then give him a lethal knife. I never expected it, but moved a little bit forward, and immediately exposed the trail. It was terrifying. I have never seen a guy with such a keen sense of smell. The strongest man on the surface is indeed well deserved. But he showed an innocent smile. I won't give up. The ninja itself is a tough samurai. How could I give up because of this little setback? King, your life, I will take it. He turned around and walked into the dark corner again, slowing down his breathing as much as possible to hide his breath and body shape. Is this the strength of the king? It's terrifying, perhaps. It is such a powerful force that makes some villainous people fearful, and then send someone to assassinate you. But don't worry, as long as I'm still alive, I will definitely protect you. Oh, whether you need it or not, I will fulfill my mission, just as you desperately complete your heroic mission. Hill sat in his private car, lit a cigarette, took a puff, and then slowly spit out the smoke ring, so that the white smoke made his firm face hazy and hard to see. Head. What is the king doing? When the weirdo is in his front direction, how can he attack other places? Moreover, the strength of the king. With a single blow, several tall buildings are gone. The killer commander did not answer the questions of his subordinates at the first time, but glanced around with the binoculars. After a while, he looked solemnly and said, "Besides us, there are still people who want to take King's life." Although he did not see clearly Sonic's appearance, but a little shadow was vaguely caught. That person is a master. The reason why King attacked other places, I am afraid that he has noticed that person's trace. Head. Did the employer hire another killer? HMPH, we don't need to care about him. As long as the king dies in our hands, 500 million will still be ours. The killer commander snorted with an ugly face. They missed twice. The employer didn't trust them to hire another killer to be completely reasonable. In addition to dissatisfaction in his heart, he could only speed up and erase King from the world. Ha ha. Wang Feng watched his deviated energy bomb attack. His mouth twitched slightly. MMP. Fortunately there was no one around, otherwise it would be embarrassing for people to see his shooting skills so bad. Little did he know that there were more than a dozen pairs of eyes staring at him. Of course, after using the vaccine man card, Wang Feng did not kill the quartet like a vaccine man, because he possessed the attributes and skills of the vaccine man, and he did not have combat experience and skills. He is now in the same situation as a child shooting the basket for the first time, with his eyes fixed on the basket, but when he actually shoots, the direction of the basketball flight is very different from what he imagined. However, for basketball, if you practice more, your accuracy will naturally improve. He took a deep breath, and several small, energy bombs hovered out of thin air around his body. He glanced at the weird man he had just attacked, tried to adjust the launching direction of the energy bombs, and continued firing. Boom. Boom. After adjusting the launch direction this time, the deviation was even greater. Did King lock my breath? A shadow suddenly appeared in the place where the energy bomb was bombed. It was Sonic that had just been hidden. He looked surprised. Can anyone in the world lock my breath? Why am I? I feel that one eye is always looking at me, leaving me with nothing to hide, nothing to hide. It's terrifying. Is this the mysterious and powerful strength of the strongest man on the surface? Oh. If I were an assassin, the way to fight was sneak attack. I'm afraid I don't have the courage to fight face to face with King. It's suffocating to think about it. Fortunately, I am a messenger hiding in the shadows, King. Until then, I will kill you. Well, this time is not bad, it's already near the weirdo. Wang Feng's eyes lit up. He was greatly encouraged, his palm raised, and several small energy bombs for testing appeared, and his fingers pointed in the direction of the weird. Boom. He exploded several times in a row. Huh. Why didn't I blow me up these few times? Sonic was very puzzled, hiding in the dark. Is it just because the king bombed me inexplicably? No, there are other killers. Sonic moved and quickly came to one of the places that Wang Feng had just bombed. He found a figure under the ruins and a special gun that looked like a sniper rifle beside him. His pupils shrank. It turned out that King was not chaotic. Yes, but there are still other assassins around. King locked several assassins around at the same time. He is just one of them. It's too terrifying. It's amazing to lock a breath. However, King easily locks at the same time. He had a few breaths, and attacked according to the breath position. Strong, too strong, and strong caused a cold sweat on his forehead. The roof is more than 30 meters away. The head, the poisonous needle, and the slingshot have been sacrificed. The crossbow arrow stared at the location of the poisonous needle in the slingshot ambush with the binoculars, and found that the poisonous needle and the slingshot had disappeared, and there was no response to the call in the communicator. He knew the poisonous needle, and the slingshot is mostly over. Damn it. King's sense of smell is too keen, and there are little clues around. He will immediately find out. The killer commander slammed the roof railing and ordered, everyone retreat 10 meters back. Absolutely can't expose their position for no reason. Ends. Yes. Receive. Lang Feng understands. There were a few deliberately low-voiced answers from the killer command. It was obvious that Lang Feng and the others were also frightened by King's keen sense of smell. They did not dare to make too much noise and retreated quietly to avoid being spotted by King. Well, all fell around the weirdo, and occasionally I fell more than 10 meters away. I am still not very proficient, but it doesn't matter. Practice a lot and one day you will become a sharpshooter. But this weirdo actually tested me. The energy bomb was indifferent, and he really lost his mind. He only relies on instinct to drive the body to wreak havoc. Hey, such a non-resisting weird person is just what I want, and it happens to be used as a live target to practice energy ejection. Wang Feng made up his mind, raised his palm, and pinched out a few small energy bombs again. Following his palm, the energy bombs shot in several directions. Call out. Boom. Damn it, King has really locked my breath. Sonic, who was inexplicably blown out again, swayed a few times in the dark, and then went straight to the weirdo. Since it's locked, then even hide it won't help to go to other places. It's better to hide beside the weirdo. As long as you continue to attack me, you will inevitably attract the hatred of the weirdo. Then, hey, after you fight the weirdo, can you remain 100% alert to me? Curious, very curious, King. Call out. Just as Sonic was preparing to laugh, naively, an energy bomb lost towards him, and he sneered. Sure enough, my guess is correct. King has locked me in. As long as I don't leave, no matter where I hide, I can't avoid your attack, but next time I see if you will continue to attack me. He immediately showed a weird signature smile, his figure flickered, disappeared from the energy bomb, and when he reappeared, he was already behind the weird person. The speed was really amazing. Well, it feels almost done. On the other side, after adjusting the launching direction several times, Wang Feng gradually learned some tricks. He narrowed his eyes, staring at the weird man, and suspended a few small, energy bombs for practicing hands again. After the energy bombs formed, he waved his hand, pointed at the weird person, and yelled softly, "Go." Several energy bombs quickly flew towards the weird. Rumble. An explosion sounded. Roar. However, the eccentric was not eliminated as he wished, and the eccentric seemed to be irritated and roared like a muffled thunder. Hey, King, you really got the trick. Sonic smiled naively. Next, in your fight with weirdos, let me end you. The killer commander of Want Killer Group also lifted up his spirits, and said solemnly, everyone is ready. The best time to shoot is about to come. Don't miss this opportunity created by our hard work. Clear. The killers answered in unison in the communicator. Then the sound of Kaka's gun fiddling came over. HMPH, King, you can't escape this time. A sharp light flashed in the killer commander's eyes. Kill. Kill. Ho ho ho. The weird man is completely crazy. The eyes are no longer crimson, but blood red. The eyeballs and whites of the eyes are all covered by blood, and the eyes become bloody. He is covered with bloodline Madara. Although Wang Feng's small power bomb just now does not destroy the weirdo, but also inflict serious injuries on the weirdo. Wang Feng stared at the crazy weird, expressionless. His left foot stepped forward, and his hands formed a calyx shape, placing the calyx hand on his waist, gradually gathering a ball of light in the palms of his hands. This F*K is tortoise-style Qigong. Sonic, who took the opportunity to hide, watched King's every move, adjusting his breathing frequently, keeping his body at its peak anytime and anywhere. Everyone, get ready. Install the ice needle, keep calm. Aim at the King calmly, rest assured, as long as you get a shot, the King will be torn to pieces by the weirdos. No matter how you look at it, the biggest win is we, I believe. We will have the last laugh. The killer command used words to dispel the tension in the killers' hearts and ensure that the action was foolproof. The ice needles in the modified guns of the killers are special ice needles that have been fused with super powerful anesthetics. As long as one of the ice needles penetrates into the human body, it will quickly melt into the blood of the target, and the anesthetic will take effect immediately. Putting people under general anesthesia in a few seconds, making it difficult to move, is a gift specially prepared for King by the killer commander. When planning this assassination operation, he learned the lessons of the previous two failures. He was afraid that the bullet would not kill the King. He was also worried that the artillery movement would be too big for the King to detect in advance and escape, so he deliberately prepared these special ice needles. Roar. The weird roared wildly, his bloody eyes stared at Wang Feng, and two white mists spurted out of his nostrils. It shook his whole body, and his whole body was barbed free of its restraints, and shot at Wang Feng like 1,000 arrows. The dense barbs looked at him. People feel numb. The corner of Wang Feng's mouth twitched slightly, and he drank turtle pie. Ah, explosive energy bomb. His palm violently pushed the blue energy in his palm onto the strange man. The energy bomb flew out, swallowing the weird barbs and destroying them into ashes along the way. Chance. Opportunity. Do it. The first time Wang Feng attacked the strange man, Sonic and the Killer Commander's eyes flashed at the same time. King. I'm very sorry, I took your life. Sonic's figure flickered, and he appeared above Wang Feng's back in an instant, holding the samurai sword behind his back in his palm, revealing an innocent, weird smile. Looks like someone is behind me saying that I am handsome. Wang Feng had a vaccine man card possessed, his hearing rose greatly, and the sound of Sonic's flicking reached his ears. He looked back suspiciously and saw that Sonic was lying behind him. Hey, a familiar pseudo-mother, he is. Sonic. Wang Feng was surprised. How could Sonic, who fell in love with Saitama, appeared in M. City? Call out. Call out. Call out. There were several slight wind-breaking noises in the air. Puff. 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 Suddenly, the sound of a few sharp weapons wafting in the air. Well. Sonic, who was about to assassinate King, after Wang Feng turned his head and glared at him, he felt pain in several parts of his body inexplicably, as if he had been bitten by a mosquito. However, what frightened him was that his body was not affected by him. Controlled, you must know that he is an excellent ninja. As a ninja, especially an excellent ninja, he has extraordinary control over his body. But now he finds that his body is out of his control, froze in midair, his hands and feet are numb, and he gradually loses consciousness. He feels that his whole body has disappeared. He became a puppet who only retained the ability to think. Boom. In this case, he naturally fell from the air, went up to the sky like a firework smashing through the sky, and landed quickly, seemingly just to show his face and sell a cute and familiar face. Oh, what kind of show is this? Do you wrestle? Wang Feng's situation with Sonic was that Monk Zhong couldn't figure it out, frowning and staring at Sonic, whose face changed. Boom. At this time, his energy bomb bombarded the strange man, directly blasting the strange man into scum. Ding. There are convertible cards nearby. Please host to convert. The system prompt went online on time, indicating that the ghost-level weirdo who made soy sauce had died. King. What is your look? Pity. Contempt. Sonic, I won't be easily knocked down. I must take your life. Sonic was lying on the ground, his whole body paralyzed, only his eyes could turn. He swept Wang Feng's gaze from the corner of his eye. His heart was furious, and he used his years of ninja perseverance to control his body while slowly pulling out the samurai behind him. Knife, struggling to stand up. King. Even if I die, I will die with dignity. He gritted his teeth, stared at Wang Feng, and slowly got up. Oh. What's the situation with this person? Why do you look like you want to kill me? Is he a killer hired by others to kill me? No. If Sonic is a killer, then he should launch an assassination with a blank face. Which killer would resent an unknown target? So why does Sonic hate me so much? Did I accidentally blow him up when I tested the direction of the energy bomb? Wang Feng stared at Sonic, who was full of murderous intent and confusion. He didn't understand, and suddenly realized that maybe he really exploded Sonic when he experimented with energy bombs. This explains why Sonic hates him so much. Well, I haven't been in contact with Sonic before. How could he come to kill me for no reason? It turned out to be the mistake I just committed. After he figured out the joints, he said sincerely to Sonic, "Sorry, I didn't see you just now. Are you okay?" "No. Didn't see me." Wang Feng's words seemed to have inserted a sharp blade into Sonic's heart. He stiffened, and his anger became more and more. "King, you are too arrogant, even. You said that you didn't let me go from beginning to end. In my eyes, damn it, Sonic is an excellent ninja who graduated from Ninja Village. How dare you? How dare you disdain me?" He was so angry that his chest was ups and downs, staring at Wang Feng fiercely, holding the katana in both hands, trying his best to overcome the body anesthesia, and slowly stood up with difficulty and struggle. As that. The killer? Hill, who also monitors Wang Feng's situation at any time, saw Sonic appear, his heart clenched, and his palm subconsciously held the gun. However, the next second, Sonic stiffened from the air and dropped him suddenly, making him look again. When the blue veins on Sonic's face were inexplicably protruding, as if he was still unable to stand up with all his strength, he immediately took a breath. Is it the result of the king's coercion? There really are such strong people in the world. who can be crushed by his momentum alone. Out of breath. It's too shocking. Does such a strong man need my protection? No, he may not need my protection, but, as a policeman, I must protect him, even if my behavior looks so ridiculous to outsiders, but that's so what? No matter what happens, I will always accomplish my mission as a policeman to protect the lives and property of citizens. At the same time, want killer group. Head. Our ice needles were all blocked by that person, and none of them hit King. Damn it. Did that guy come to kill King or make trouble? The killer commander recognized at a glance that Sonic was the figure bombed by Wang Feng just now, and he bitterly said, no matter what, everyone replace the spare ice needles and shoot again. As long as we hit the King, we still have a chance. Turn it over. Yes. The killers responded in unison, and replaced the spare ice needles. According to the original plan of the killer command, when the King confronted the stranger, they collectively shot ice needles at the King. As long as the King got a shot, his whole body would be paralyzed, and then torn to pieces by the stranger. There was no need for them to continue to shoot. It's just that his plan that he thought was flawless was destroyed because of Sonic's appearance. Fortunately, he made a backup plan. Once the weirdo was killed or the shot was missed, the second round of shooting would be carried out. As long as King was anesthetized, he had to. Isn't it what they want to kill? Head. We are ready. Okay. Aim, prepare, shoot. The killer command rhythmically directs the sniping behavior of each killer under his team. Shoo. A few slight cracking sounds came out again. King. Don't underestimate me, I am not much weaker than you. Sonic roared, struggling to jump, and smashed towards Wang Feng with a sullen face. Well. What the hell is Sonic doing? I have already apologized, and you are not injured. Do you need to look like you are trying to fight me? And you are like a girl all over you. Oh, does this guy have polio? Wang Feng watched in amazement as Sonic trembling and jumping towards him like Zhao Si was dancing. Puff puff. The sound of a few sharp weapons came into the flesh. After finally overcoming the paralysis with perseverance, Sonic, who jumped up with great difficulty, raised his katana to fight for dignity, but after another stare by Wang Feng, his whole body suddenly stiffened, and his body that had just felt a little was quickly paralyzed. Submerged. He tried to control his body, but it was useless. No matter how hard he tried, he still couldn't prevent his body's consciousness from being deprived of mysterious power step by step. Damn it. Damn it, I can't admit defeat, I want to fight back, fight back. He roared in his heart, trying to control his body, but he was like a frog in a pan. No matter how hard he struggled, he couldn't jump out of the frightening oil pan. Gradually, he gave up. The power that he could not resist no matter how hard he struggled made him despair and made him succumb. Okay. So weak, so powerful, so terrifying. His eyes were dull, his face was gray, and his heart was overwhelmed with despair. The courage to fight against the King had already disappeared. His body slowly fell backwards. Is this the strength of the strongest man? Haha, he has 2 eyes. It completely defeated me. What kind of power is this? Just a look in my eyes made me unable to move. Oh, ridiculous, ridiculous. I am such a ridiculous person. I thought that my strength could be comparable to that of King. The strength of the ninja that I have practiced for decades cannot resist even a look in others' eyes. My strength is so weak that it is not as good as a look in King's eyes. Ha, it's ridiculous. Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Tears flowed slowly in his eyes. My heart is so tired. I want to just lie down and fall asleep, never wake up again, never face the cruel reality, never face the horror again. King. What is this kid Sonic doing? Self-high. Well, it's alive like a porcelain. Wang Feng knew nothing about what happened to Sonic, so after seeing Sonic's weird behavior, his heart was full of confusion. Oh, this kind of look again, is it pity or contempt? Oh, I understand. How can I be in the eyes of King? I'm afraid they just treat me like an ant. Sonic's eyes were red and tears rolled. Hee hee. What a feeling of powerlessness. What a ridiculous fact. Hard work for decades can't be better than King's eyes. There is a world of difference between his strength and me. No, I was wrong. What right do I have to compare with King? I'm afraid I can't even compare with the dust on his body. Hey, why is Sonic crying? I didn't do anything to be sorry for him, right? Wang Feng looked at Sonic, who was in tears in surprise. Well, looking at his appearance, he seemed to be broken in love. Yes, it's the feeling of losing important things. Could it be that Sonic, this kid, is really broken in love? That's why it's so easy to get angry when you feel uncomfortable? Head. All our ice needles are blocked by that kid again, What should we do now? After Lang Feng and others saw Sonic's situation, they were immediately dumbfounded. You can block one wave of ice needles, but you actually fight against yourself to block the second wave, which is too much. The killer commanded his hand to hold the eyeglasses tightly, staring at Wang Feng and Sonic. His face was red, purple, blue and green. After a while, he slammed the eyeglasses to the ground, cursing. Said, "Go F*K and assassinate King. Lousy quit." 3 assassinations were meticulously planned. The first one ended in the dark night, the second one ended in a blood stab, and the third. The plan was perfect, but it seemed that even the heavens were helping the king, letting King escape with luck again and again. In addition to their murderous intent, they also lost 2 elite killers, the poison needle and the slingshot. This job is really impossible. Otherwise it feels like we will be played to death by God. Head, that. Then we withdraw. The killer command gritted his teeth and glanced again at the king, who had suffered heavy losses from the Want killer group, and the hapless Sonic, resolutely leading his remaining few assassins to give up the task of assassinating the king. From beginning to end, Wang Feng had never known the existence of the Want killer group. Well, all this is nonsense. Why? Why can the gap between people be so big? Why can't I even match the eyes of King? Why is the same human being, and King is so powerful? Why? Sonic had a decadent look on his face, his eyes were absent, and the corners of his mouth twitched slightly, like a smile but not a smile, like a cry but not a cry, completely falling into a certain mode of collapse, unable to wake up. Wang Feng shook his head and sighed. Hey, where is the end of the world without fragrant grass? Why do you have unrequited love for a flower? Hey, no. The grass represents men and the flower represents women. Isn't it the correct meaning of, stop liking girls and get involved? Sorry. I actually persuaded Sonic to engage in base. Will he take it to heart? Well, maybe he fell in love with Saitama and killed him later from me. If it is true, then it would be embarrassing. Well, is King going to kill the killer? Hill saw Wang Feng staring at Sonic, and he was shocked. King had a history of killing the killer. He had no doubt that King would kill the killer in front of him. However, the killer had lost his ability to act. It was the arrest and interrogation. How can you kill at will if you have a great opportunity? King must be stopped. He took a deep breath and was about to push the car door and rush over to save Sonic. However, as soon as his hand hit the car door handle, Wang Feng suddenly turned and walked towards the death weirdo, letting him breathe a sigh of relief. I took it back and continued to observe the developments. According to the last video recording, there was more than one killer. Therefore, he did not want to expose his traces as a last resort. He had to stand by and arrest the killers one by one and interrogate them. Come out and hand it over to the law for trial. Ding. Congratulations to host for acquiring a 3-star freak card Leopard Head Hedgehog. Hey, the ghost monster card is in hand. After Wang Feng had drawn the cards on the dead weirdo, he got the information from the system. He was secretly pleased that although he used the Vaccine Man card, he had at least bought a strong weirdo card to keep him a certain level of strength. Moreover, in the great escape of the weird prison of the Heroes Association, not only one ghost-level weirdo escaped, but also a dozen other tiger-wolf-level weirdos, so he was destined to have a big harvest today. Ha! There are so many weird people in the weird prison in one branch of the association. If I kill all the weird people in the 26-city weird prison, wouldn't it be developed? When Wang Feng thought about it this way, he had an inexplicable impulse to blow up the queer prisons in other cities. Roar. At this moment, there was a roar of wild beasts under the street. Boom. The street was shattered, and a majestic figure broke out of the ground, a leopard body, yellowish yellow skin, red eyes, and a loss of sanity. His body was shaken with muddy soil. The weirdo paused on the ground, then let out a low growl, and rushed towards Sonic, who was lying on the ground. Haha. Are you going to die? It doesn't matter, like me, it doesn't make sense to live, just die 100. Sonic laughed irresponsibly, even if the anesthetic effect had passed a little, enough for him to regain control of his body to dodge, but he was already determined to die, so facing the attack of the weirdo, without any resistance, he lay down on the ground. Spread your legs and wait for the last moment of life to come. Careful. Hill stared in the distance and exclaimed involuntarily, pushing the car door and rushing over. Unfortunately, his voice could not be heard at all, and he could not rush over to save Sonic. Boom. A wave of energy rushed in and exploded on the strange man. In an instant, the strange man's figure spread out and became a lump of rotten flesh. Sonic looked astonished, and stood up with difficulty, staring at Wang Feng, who withdrew his palms. King, Why are you saving me? Don't you know that I was going to kill you just now? I was going to kill you. No. How could King fail to notice my killing intent? He found my hiding place over and over again, and used light bullets to force me out again and again. Besides, behind him, he was dignified and about to kill him. How can a strong man like him not notice the murderous intent erupting from me? Ding. Congratulations to host for getting a 2-star monster card Earth Leopard. Wang Feng touched the body of the newly appearing weirdo, and was very satisfied with getting another 2-star card. He glanced at the decadent Sonic, and said casually, because I am a hero, my duty is to protect humans from weirdos. It's that simple to hurt. After speaking, he left, and a dozen weirdos escaped from the prison. There were a dozen weirdo cards. He had to rush to collect them. How could he keep talking nonsense with Sonic? And it was his previous test energy bomb launch that blew up Sonic by mistake. It is reasonable that he was wrong first. Sonic wanted to kill him is also excusable. Think about it if you were walking in the street. An exploding bomb was thrown by someone for no reason. He must have hacked the other person's heart. So it is understandable that Sonic had murderous intent on him. How could he blame Sonic? Because it is the duty of a hero to protect humans from weird people, and I am also a human, so even if I am a killer who wants to take your life, you will save me. Sonic stared at Wang Feng who was far away. Tears flowed from his eyes again. What a broad mind. What a surging breath. Why'd I want to cry? I want to cry inexplicably. King. Thank you for letting me realize how ignorant and insignificant I am. He shouted in the direction where Wang Feng was leaving. However, don't worry. Starting from today, I will redouble my efforts to practice. One day, I will catch up with you and become a strong person who can truly compare with you. Very great dream. At this moment, Hill has come to Sonic, looking at the street where Wang Feng disappeared with emotion. King, the strongest man on the surface, is really a dreadful man. Even the one who wants to kill himself can smile. Just let it go, perhaps. This is the self-confidence of the strong. It is to tell you clearly. I am not afraid of your assassination, because you pose no threat to me at all. Rubbish. Are you sure there are these 2 words in the meaning of king? Who are you? Sonic looked at Hill in amazement. Where did this guy come from? Hill glanced at Sonic, stretched out his palm, and hung a handcuff on his finger. He showed an innocent smile. A good guy who takes you home. Sonic looked at Hill's smile blankly, and roared in his heart. Another bastard who plagiarized my signature smile, I'm going to cut you. Click. Hill locked the limp body of Sonic to the railing on the side of the street with handcuffs, and looked down at Sonic from a high altitude. This is a conventional interrogation posture, which puts the criminals under a heavier psychological pressure from their physical height. If the criminals have psychological quality, if it's too bad, you can't bear to explain the whole thing. Let's talk about it. Who instructed you to assassinate King? Huh. Sonic sighed and recovered from the inexplicable blow by Wang Feng. His eyes regained his spirit, and his handsome face returned a bit of confidence. He stared at Hill with a smile. Who are you? Policeman. What are you doing here? After Wang Feng left, the powerful coercion finally disappeared. He gradually took control of his body. In addition, inspired by Wang Feng's noble personality, he broke free from the collapse, and his mood improved compared to before. During Hill's interrogation, he calmly asked Hill a series of questions, confident and free. He really is a well-trained killer with a good psychological quality. Hill stared at the calm and composed Sonic with a little surprise. Actually, it's okay to tell you. Our police station has already received news that someone is going to assassinate King. I have been sent to protect King 24 hours a day, so you don't have to hide it for your employer and confess everything. We only target the people behind you and will treat you leniently. This is an interrogation scam, implying that we already know who the criminals are behind the scenes. Interrogating you is just a process. If you want to seek leniency, you should be honest in confession. Shit, Sonic sneered. You want to treat me leniently? Ha, it's funny. I just swore boldly to become a strong man like King. How could I live in a boring place like prison? And he stared at Hill mockingly. What qualifications do you have to protect King? Ha, your strength is not even comparable to a single piece of King's hair, ridiculously pathetic and weak. At the end, he laughed at himself. Oh, for King. Am I not a ridiculous and pathetic weak person? It is said that people can't even match King's hair, so why don't I even match the look in King's eyes? Laugh. You can laugh at me to your heart's content. Hill lit a cigarette and held it in his mouth. The white smoke came out of his nasal cavity and rose, making his firm face hazy. Why don't I know this is a stupid act, but As a policeman, protecting the lives and property of citizens is our obligation to do and should do. It has nothing to do with whether the object to be protected has a strong power. I am just executing the police duty of. Do you understand? He took a puff of cigarette, then squeezed out the cigarette butt with his fingers, slowly puffing out the smoke ring, turning his head to look at Sonic. Huh. How about people? He stared, and there was only a pair of handcuffs swaying lonely on the railing, where there was Sonic's figure. The villain died because of his own words, and at the same time, he lived in a decent and long-winded life. On the street 100 meters away, a figure moved quickly, elusively fast. Mission and duty. He is really stupid and inexplicably admirable. Perhaps, he has a firm belief in his heart that will make his heart strong. Speaking of it, he looks like King. Does it mean that faith will make people powerful? So, what is my belief? The trembling figure was lost in thought. City A, the headquarters of the Heroes Association. Report to the minister, the ghost-level monster leopard-head hedgehog has been determined to be eliminated by the king. This night, the headquarters was extremely busy. A dozen weird people were released by blasting at the Weird Man prison in M. City. After this bad accident, all the staff of the association were shocked. There will be people in the world who deliberately released the weird people. Is this going to retaliate against society? Okay. Let King release the latest information on the traces of other weirdos, and ask him to solve the weirdos as quickly as possible. Zeke was overjoyed. Among the weirdos who escaped from prison, the leopard-headed hedgehog was the most harmful. Not only did he lose his mind, he instinctively hated humans, destroyed the neighborhoods and killed humans frantically, especially the eccentrics escaped from the association prison. Yes. The reputation of the association has had a serious impact. Originally, the citizens had gradually questioned the association, but now that the Strange Man prison accident occurs, it is estimated that the trust crisis of the association will become more severe. The association relies heavily on the public funds raised. If citizens are disappointed in the association, they will voluntarily stop donating money. As a result, the Hero Association will evolve from a crisis of trust into an economic crisis. Heroes are professional heroes, and they need to be paid a fixed salary every month. Once the association's funding chain is broken, the heroes who rely on being heroes to eat will also be alienated from the association. The final result is, the Heroes Association went bankrupt. Therefore, in the face of this weird escape accident, after a brief telephone discussion with the senior officials of the association, they immediately decided that the accident must meet the three most basic requirements. Zeke frowned at the thought of the three-point request given by the top after the discussion. The first requirement is that the association must apologize and apologize sincerely. The weirdo always escapes from the association's prison. Even if it is deliberately sabotaged, the association must bear the responsibility of ineffective supervision. The second requirement is that the association should actively eliminate the strangers who escaped from prison, strive to eliminate the strangers in the shortest time, and try not to harass or harm more citizens. Well, the main purpose is to fight for fewer complaints from citizens. The third requirement is that the high levels have not thought about it for the time being, and let Zeke feel free to give him a lot of freedom of speech and decision-making power. Is the third requirement? Shi gave a bitter smile, took a deep breath, and said solemnly, the public must be distracted to relieve the pressure on the association. Immediately, he turned his head and asked Jace, has the scene of the king's battle been filmed? Jace nodded solemnly. Minister, since you ordered, I immediately contacted the local government to dispatch an unmanned aircraft to track the ghost-level weirdo. As long as the king has fought with the ghost-level weirdo, I believe that the scene of the king's battle will be filmed. Now that the ghost-level weirdo has been wiped out by King, it is estimated that the video will be delivered soon. Well, this time there is no room for error, otherwise our association will face tremendous pressure. Zeke rubbed his temples sadly, and then told Maria, call up the cameras in the streets of M City and actively take pictures. The scene of the king fighting, whether our association can tide over the difficulties depends on it. King has a great reputation among the people. However, King's fighting style has always been just like a castle in the air, and no one has seen it with his own eyes. The citizens of the world have already had a strong demand for seeing King fighting, no matter how the people run and call. How did the Heroes Association persuade them with all their heart and soul? King always refused to perform his own qigong skills, let everyone say nothing. This time the association has been preparing for it to send drones to secretly take photos in advance, and strive to edit the scene of the king battle into a video afterwards and send it to major TV stations to distract attention from the news of the jailbreak of the monsters in M City. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting a 1-star monster card Magic Bird. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting a 2-star monster card Violent Tiger. Ding. Congratulations to host for obtaining a 1-star monster card Monkey Power. Ding. Congratulations to host for getting a 2-star weird card, Yuanli Pig. When Hill and Sonic rubbed sparks, Wang Feng was fighting fires to destroy the escaped weirdos, and at the same time collecting weird cards. One night later, the escaped weirds were almost wiped out. Naturally, he also had a good harvest and successively collected them. More than a dozen freak cards. Comfortable. After collecting the last 2-star monster card, Wang Feng breathed a sigh of relief, and he was very comfortable. For the first time since he got the system, he has collected more than a dozen monster cards. The reserve is sufficient, so that he is no longer a card of desire arbiter. Follow in the footsteps of the vaccine card and worry about it. Attention residents of City M, and residents of City M. As of now, all the weird people who escaped from the Weird People's Prison have been wiped out. Please rest assured that the association is extremely sorry for the ineffective supervision of the Weird People's Association and decided to strengthen the Weird People's Prison, construction and defense, and strive to prevent the weird escape from continuing to happen. Gone. Wang Feng took a cell phone to keep an eye on the information about the whereabouts of the weird people released by the association. Who knows, the information about the weird people didn't wait for it to come, but it was broadcast by the association. He was slightly disappointed in his heart, but the collection of more than a dozen freak cards was an unprecedented big gain, enough for him to consume for a while. At least, don't worry about it this month. Association headquarters. The door of the war room opened, Tornado rubbed his eyes, and came in yawning. Hey! Why are you calling me over so late? Don't you know it will affect my sleep? Humph! I'm very upset. Go. Buy me bottle off long tall, milk. Boom. However, in the face of Tornado Tsunere's request, no one responded in the war room. All the staff gathered under the big screen in the war room and stared at the video on the screen. Looking at the Tornado, no one was paying attention. She bit her silver teeth and became furious. Hey, you are too much, how dare you ignore me? That's Purgatory Warrior's explosive heat wave cannon? In the crowd, someone raised a question timidly. Guru. However, no one answered him. Everyone fixedly stared at the video where Wang Feng used the posture of Monkey King in the 7 Dragon Ball to release the tortoise-style Qigong to launch a blue ray bomb, directly blasting the ghost-level monster into scum. The whole process was like the white horse past a gap, and with a flick of his finger, the weird man turned into ashes without any room for resistance. What a powerful strength. This is the idea that came to the minds of all the employees at the headquarters. What makes them even more excited is that they finally saw the long-awaited secret of King Qigong Purgatory Warrior's explosive wave cannon, but it was a little different from what they thought. For the products they imagined, please refer to the special effects in the previous gas stations. Fireworks are prohibited, it is completely a dragon. However, in the video, what King releases is a Blu-ray bomb with no flames and a soft glow like moonlight, not a hot sun like a radiant glow. Could it be that this trick is actually Purgatory Warrior's upset wave cannon? The opposite of Purgatory Warrior's explosive heat wave cannon, one cold and one hot, one yang and one yin, the existence of opposites? That's King. Tornado screamed for a while and found that no one paid her attention, and floated over everyone's head in anger to see what they were looking at so fascinated. However, she glanced at it and immediately found Wang Feng. This weird person is not a dragon-level weird person, right? Her heart jumped. Loli's face was full of tension. In the afternoon, she had just bet with King that the person who killed the dragon-level weird first in the shortest time would win. She wanted to force Ziki to forcibly upgrade a ghost-level weird to dragon-level. Who knows that Ziki strongly refused, damn its big nose. However, as the employees discussed, it was revealed that the disaster level of the weirdo was a ghost level. She finally breathed a sigh of relief. At the same time, her heart became urgent. She must hurry to find the dragon level weird, otherwise, she would definitely lose to the fact that she had been killed before. The king of dragon class monsters several times. Humph. I don't want to lose to the stinky king. The person who won the bet this time must be me, the trembling tornado. M City. Wang Feng returned home contentedly. On this trip, he exchanged a ghost-level monster card and a dozen tiger-wolf-level monster cards for a vaccination man card that was about to expire. Basically, he didn't lose money. After all, he spent the card. The card is a vaccine person. If you recharge the card, you can't get experience points to upgrade. If you spend one card, you lose one card. Right now, I didn't waste vaccine man cards, and earned more than a dozen free cards, the best of both worlds. More importantly, after using the vaccine man card, he understood the full set of vaccine man skills, and successfully reached level 9, only one level short to reach the 10th level. After reaching the 10th level, he can upgrade his skills, starting from wolf level skills have become tiger level skills, giving him a certain level of strength. He is no longer a strong player in the outside world, but a strong player in the outside world. No longer limited to card possession to have strength. Of course, even if he upgrades his skills to LV2, with his monster-inducing characteristics, he encounters ghost dragon level monsters from time to time. LV2 skills are not very useful at all, so now he still has to continue to upgrade and collect more powerful cards to save his life. Today, he has a 4-star monster card Desire Judger and a 3-star monster card Leopard Head Hedgehog, which can be said to have considerable strength. Unfortunately, the Desire Judge's skill is only effective for humans, that is, it is not effective for weird people, which limits his strength to a large extent. When encountering dragon-level weird people, I'm afraid he will have to continue. Run away. He walked back all the way, thinking all the way, secretly praying in his heart that when he does not have enough strength, don't meet the dragon-level weird. How do I feel that the dragon-level weird meets you as bad luck? Hey, what is this? How does it feel? When he arrived at the door of his house, his heart throbbed suddenly. It was a very strange feeling, as if the feeling of licking the calf between father and son was involved in each other's emotions. Father. The affection between father and son? The corners of his mouth twitched. What kind of mess is this? He is a clean and self-cleaning superb leftover man. How could he have a son? However. But. The closer he gets to his house, the more intense the relationship between father and son, which makes him have an urge to give birth to a child quickly. MMP. Is the love between father and son of Mao just giving birth to a child? Shouldn't it be mother-child love? He frantically rubbed his chest, hoping to crush the bad mood. But that kind of deep father-son relationship seemed to penetrate into his heart and was carved into his bones, making him unforgettable and unable to get rid of it. There was a voice that cried out in his soul with expression. Baba, 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 Baba. Wang Feng looked speechless. What the hell was this? Could it be that he was a mental illness left by killing weird people on a large scale? According to psychology, when his heart is dependent on his parents, it proves that he is insecure in his heart. He scratched his head. Am I insecure? Well, it seems to be true. Losing the vaccine man card, the only 4-star weird card he has, the Desire Judge is invalid for weird people, but he also has the physique of fascinating monsters. It is also normal. Thinking about it this way, he immediately relieved his heart. It shouldn't be a mental illness, right? Click. Wang Feng opened the door of his house and went in, and suddenly heard the muffled sound of dong-dong in the utility room, and as he approached, the frequency of the collision became more and more rapid, as if someone in there was eager to see him, hug him, and shout. Baba. Could it be? After discovering that the strong father-son relationship originated from the utility room, his eyes lit up, and a surprising guess came into his heart: the vaccine human egg is hatching. He walked quickly to open the door of the utility room, and the feeling of licking the calf came to his face. The machine he bought to incubate the vaccine human eggs was shaking violently, and the vaccine human eggs inside slammed into the machine, as if he couldn't wait to rush into his arms. The vaccine human egg is about to hatch. He was overjoyed. This little guy hadn't moved for so long. How did he think of choosing to come out today? Is today Children's Day? Obviously not, so. Well, I see. He held the palm of his hand lightly, and his strength was surging. The vaccine man card was attached to him, so that he was infected with the breath of the vaccine man, thus prompting the vaccine human egg to hatch. Hey, my big demon Piccolo is coming out. He was pleasantly surprised to take the vaccine human egg out of the incubator. Before, he just took the vaccine human egg home by luck, hoping to incubate it and tune it to be as strong as the devil of Bic. Of course, he still needs to use him. His love and justice influence it. Let it give up its hatred, re-behave, obediently help execute justice under his hand, and do good deeds. What? You said it will backwater. HMPH, and seeing that the little vaccine man card he once owned was a 1-star card, we can know that after the little vaccine man was born, his strength was at most wolf level, but it was just a potential. He now sits on a dragon ghost. Tiger wolf level card. If the little vaccine man dared to show signs of hatred, he would slap it to death with a backhand. Wang Feng thought so. In fact, the strength of the weirdo after birth depends on the energy given by the parents. If the parents of the weirdo are strong, the weird will be given enough energy as nutrition when the weird is born, and the weird will be equally powerful, such as in a special part of One Punch Man. Among them, there is a little turtle grandson whose parents are ghost-level weirdos, resulting in the little turtle grandson having the strength of a ghost-level weirdo when he was born. Therefore, Wang Feng may wait a while. Huh? It seems someone is saying that I am handsome from behind? With a heart move, he felt that the strength of his body was fading fast. He felt it carefully, and immediately stared at the vaccine human egg in his arms. It was the little vaccine human who absorbed his power. Oh, it turns out that the incubation of vaccine human eggs needs the energy of the old vaccine people as motivation. No wonder that I have been half dead before, and there is no movement. It turns out that I lack the power to break out of the shell. Well, it's just that the little vaccine person draws nutrition from me. Why? I feel like I'm like feeding milk. His face was reddened, and he coughed a few times to remind himself that he was just pouring his strength, not something to feed milk. The little vaccine man constantly absorbs the possessive energy of the old vaccine man from Wang Feng, but he used a lot of energy to kill the weird man before, and he doesn't know if it is enough for the birth of the small vaccine man. If not, then he can only. Wang Feng raised his brows and looked at the hammer in the corner naturally. If the little vaccine man cannot be born normally, then he has to personally help the little vaccine man to have a caesarean section. Time slowly passed, and the vaccine man energy in Wang Feng's body was completely absorbed by the little vaccine man. He suddenly felt weak in his body, as if his body had been hollowed out. Click. 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 However, the results were very gratifying. The vaccine human egg that hadn't moved for a long time finally began to crack, and the crack slowly stretched out like a spider web, and a light fishy smell floated from the crack. Gia, stupid human beings, damn it all. Suddenly, a deep and cruel laugh came from the vaccine man's eggshell. Wang Feng stared blankly at the vaccine human egg in his hand. Just now it said, stupid humans, all damn it? He frowned. It seemed that the vaccine man's mission to exterminate mankind was passed on through blood. It was not an acquired education at all. The little vaccine man, I said, as long as you dare to show a little bit of anti-humanity, you give me to die. Bar. He held up the vaccine human egg and slammed it down on the ground. Click. The vaccine human egg is completely broken, and the egg white flows out from the broken eggshell. GG, do you think you can stop me coon coming to the world? Humph, stupid human beings, all damn it, including you, the guy who dares to insult my father's power. I want to knock you away. Click. The cracks in the broken vaccine human egg quickly cracked. After a while, bomb. A cracking sound reverberated in the living room of King's house. A small hole appeared in the vaccine human egg, and a closed dark blue eye could be clearly seen in the small hole. FCK. Not dead. Wang Feng was stunned and immediately consumed the 2-star weird card, Violent Tiger. Ding. Congratulations to host for gaining 1352 experience points. Ding. Comprehend the skill of the card character failed. He took the bench at home and hit the vaccine human egg hard. Click. It was too late, it was soon. Wang Feng's bench smashed down. The vaccine man's eggshell burst open a hole, and a small dark blue child-like hand suddenly stretched out and grabbed the bench. Is it just this strength? Humans. Really weak and unworthy of ruling this beautiful world, so all humans are damned. Click. After a ghastly word came out of the eggshell, it cracked quickly. After a while, the vaccine human egg was covered with cracks. It looked like it could be torn apart by just a light poke. Hiss. What kind of stuff? Isn't the newly born weird baby only a wolf-level strength? Wang Feng's eyes widened, and the bench in his hand was grabbed to death by the little vaccine man. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't move half a point. This guy has ghost-level strength at least. The corner of his mouth twitched, which is a bit nonsense. In order to eliminate the little vaccine man, he has to spend a ghost-level weird card or a dragon-level weird card. How do you feel that when you brought the vaccine eggs home, you were causing trouble for yourself? The eggshells of the little vaccine man fell like fallen leaves, finally revealing its whole body, curled up like a baby, and the 2 small mushroom antennae beat from time to time. The appearance is similar to that of the vaccine man, completely a blue little piccolo. Mainly of different races, he can't see the difference between a small vaccine person and a vaccine person.
Hey, why? I was shocked. After a while, little vaccine's dark blue eyes opened quickly, and a blue light flashed and disappeared. He stared at Wang Feng in a daze, and smiled cruelly. Huh, stupid human beings, you would be so stupid to hatch me. Come out. Ha, ha ha. In order to repay you, let you be the first undead under my hand after my birth.
Wang Feng looked at the arrogant little vaccine man speechlessly. Really didn't want to tell him that I had the strength of a dragon-level weirdo, but he could not deal with it. What kind of funny look are you? Do you look down on me? The little vaccine man seemed to read something from Wang Feng's eyes, and was furious. I have completely inherited my father's strength, and even inherited his father. Great mission to destroy you humans, you actually look down on me. What qualifications do you have to look down on me? Humph, human beings are really stupid creatures, ignorant and fearless. Only by destroying you can the earth calm down and restore the past an era of peace and harmony. As he spoke, his half-meter-high body gradually became bigger and his muscles were knotted, and the small man became a tall man. He grew from half a meter to about 2 meters, completely becoming a reduced version of the old vaccine man. What? This guy has inherited all the power of the old vaccine man. Then, doesn't it have the strength of a dragon-level weird? This time it is really a headache. Ah. Why is it a headache? Which head I'm talking about? Ah. When is it now? I'm still thinking about it. No more. My mind is messed up. My heart is messed up. I don't know if I can beat it after using Desire Judge, you know, in the face of weird people. The most powerful adjudication skills of the Desire Adjudicator cannot be used, which is almost equivalent to abolishing most of the combat effectiveness, which is too boring. Wang Feng's breathing was stagnant, his heartbeat speeded up suddenly, and the unique heartbeat melody rose again, suddenly. Guru. He swallowed a mouthful of saliva and entered the Emperor engine state, expressionless, his heart beating to the limit, making a sudden noise like a car engine, and gradually connecting in the room, echoing endlessly. Saitama, you die for me. He roared in his heart. Facing this situation, of course, calling Saitama is the most worry-free, labor-saving and money-saving. After the enhanced transformation was completed, the little vaccine man pointed at Wang Feng coldly. Oh, weak human beings are not worthy to live in the world. It stretched out a palm, and an energy bomb was quickly condensed in its palm. Explosive energy bomb. Wang Feng's heart tightened. More than half an hour ago, he was still throwing this energy bomb as a basketball. He naturally knew the power of it. With his current defense, it is estimated that he would be blasted into scum. System, give me. Can't wait any longer, he called the system anxiously in his heart, ready to pull out the Desire Judge as a shield. The two are also 4-star card monsters. The strength of both should be similar, at least they can escape. Ding. It is detected that the host's pet incubation is completed, and the game pet section is opened. Ding. The pet section opened successfully. Ding. Pet section introduction. Only the weird baby hatched by the host can be bound to become a pet. It is impossible to catch and tame weirdos to become pets. After the weird baby becomes a host pet, the strength will be reset and everything will start again. The pet upgrade system and the host role the upgrade system is two different systems. The host upgrade system is a card-consuming upgrade, and the pet upgrade system is a monster-killing upgrade. Killing monsters or villains can gain experience points. After you accumulate enough experience points, you can upgrade. The highest level is level 5. Ding. Warm reminder. Once a freak baby becomes a host pet, he will absolutely surrender and absolutely obey the host's orders. Ding. Host can open the pet property panel in the pet section to learn all the pet information. A series of system prompts sounded in Wang Feng's mind. System. What are you kidding me? Now I want to save my life, not catch pets. The little vaccine man is not bound to become my pet. It will still attack me and I will die. The little vaccine man stared at Wang Feng, who was stunned. Hey, stupid human beings, are you shocked? You were indifferent to my attack. Do you think you can withstand my blow? Huh. It snorted coldly, and the energy bomb in its palm grew stronger and stronger. Weak and ignorant human beings, go to death. The energy bomb in its palm suddenly radiated violently. At this time, the cold voice of the system sounded slowly. Ding. Congratulations to the host for binding the weird baby pet. The vaccine man succeeded. Congratulations to host for getting the first pet. The system hereby rewards host with 1 skill point. I hope host will continue to work hard. Wang Feng. Little vaccine man. I have a sentence about MMP, I don't know whether to say it or not. I am most afraid of the sudden silence of the air. The most afraid of inexplicable surrender. An energy bomb the size of a basketball was already condensed in the palm of the little vaccine man. However, after more than 10 minutes passed, It still maintained the posture of releasing the energy bomb. That is, it did not release the energy bomb and did not sway the energy bomb. That's it. Standing stiffly in place, it seemed to be an eternal statue. Wang Feng also didn't speak, but he looked at the little vaccine man silently. Let me see how you step down now. The two of them didn't speak, they were so stalemate. The air is filled with an element called embarrassment. After a while, the little vaccine man was bald with cold sweat on his forehead, and under his cruel appearance, he was terrified. Why? Why do I suddenly have an urge to worship that human being? Why do I want to surrender under his genes? Why do I want to listen to him obediently? Why do I want to use my life to defend his dignity and safety? Why do I want to kneel down and shout, "Long live my king"? Why? 100,000 reasons surged in the heart of the little vaccine man. Just now, when it was about to release its energy bomb to kill Wang Feng, its body shivered inexplicably, and then everything was dull. In just 10 minutes, its life was born 3 times. After a 160 degrees turn, his body and mind unexpectedly knelt down in front of Wang Feng, unable to raise the slightest sign of resistance. Tick. The cold sweat on its forehead dripped onto the floor and broke into several petals, representing its emotion at the moment: heartbreak. Calm. You must stay calm, and don't let the guy on the opposite spot find me strange. Well, keep your arrogant expression, cold tone, and disdainful smile, making yourself look terrific. The little vaccine man waved his palm at random, extinguished the energy bomb in his palm, and sneered. I thought about it. After all, you were kind to me for incubating. Born, in a good mood, let you go, you immediately disappear from my eyes. Well, it is to maintain a strong and willful devil temperament in such a cold tone. Wang Feng did not speak, staring at the little vaccine man silently. Come, sample, please continue your performance. At the same time, the system prompt sounded again. Start to detect host pet level. What's the situation with this guy? Normal people should have panicked and fled long ago when they heard that weird people didn't kill him. But why is this guy still staring at me intently? Am I not clear enough? The little vaccine man moved his brows slightly, adjust his pronunciation. Normal hair? Normal wow? Ordinary? Oh, it's Patongwa. Let yourself be more standard. Hey, for the sake of your incubation for me, I won't kill you, you can go. Well, the pronunciation of the words is standard enough now. Ha ha. Wang Feng twitched at the corner of his mouth. Sample. I have already seen everything through. You continue to pretend. I see when you can pretend. Why is this guy still motionless? Damn it, looking at him dumbfounded, I really want an energy bomb to kill him, but whenever this idea arises in my heart, my soul is a pain, and I extinguish the idea of resisting myself, willingly surrendering to him. What the hell, it feels is really irritating. The little vaccine man hugged his chest and looked at Wang Feng, with a myriad of thoughts in his mind. Well, judging by his stupid appearance, maybe he is a local aboriginal who hasn't learned a common language, so naturally he doesn't understand what I'm talking about. Well, how can I express my meaning to him? Hey, there is a way. It took out a piece of white paper from the table, and then swiped a few strokes on the white paper with a water-based pen. Several simple sketches were formed. It placed the white paper in front of Wang Feng's eyes and pointed to the white paper. The picture says, please look at the picture. All the meanings I want to express are in it. The first picture is the fierce demon king and the trembling stickman. The second picture is the demon king turning and leaving. The stickman is okay. And the third picture shows the stickman running with 2 bamboo poles' legs. I drew a few as a breeze to indicate that the stickman ran away quickly. The picture means that the big devil appears. The stickman is afraid. The big devil does not kill the stickman. The stickman happily runs away. Well, it means that the little vaccine man doesn't kill Wang Feng and let Wang Feng roll. Such a simple and clear picture. Now the guy on the opposite side should understand it. This is what the little vaccine man thought. Wang Feng's face was speechless. Is this the storytelling in the primary school textbook? Alas, come on. Judging from its appearance, there is no conscience of becoming my pet at all. It seems that I am the only one reminding it. He coughed slightly. Cough, that, you have become my pet. Huh. Pet? The little vaccine man opened his eyes in surprise. What are you kidding me? I am the messenger of the earth. How could I be your pet? This guy said I was his pet. Damn it. This is Kai Guoguo's insult, unbearable. With a cold face, its palms stretched out, and the energy bombs gathered again. I was going to let you go, but you are too arrogant. You guys who need an inch, go to hell. Wang Feng was speechless. He looked at the little vaccine man quietly. After a while, the little vaccine man's heart was depressed. No, he could not attack the guy at all. He even moved a little thought and was inexplicably pinched by the mysterious power, causing him to have a kind of feeling towards the guy in front of him. The urge to surrender, let alone hurt him. Even if he loses a hair, he can't help but want to protect that hair. Damn it. How can I inexplicably have the idea of surrendering to this guy in front of me? Moreover, this kind of thought cannot be dispelled at all. It has been around my heart, holding my heart, so that I can't resist. HMPH, forget it. Today is my first day of life after all. I don't want your dirty blood to stain this sacred day. The little vaccine man shook the energy bomb and snorted coldly. However, my patience the degree is limited. If you insult me next time, I will definitely kill you. Now, let's go. I don't want to see you again, otherwise, I'm afraid I can't help but kill you. Well, yes, just scare him like this, scared him away, and even dispelled the nasty impulse to surrender in my heart. Wang Feng sighed helplessly. Can it be that weird people don't understand human words? He said in great detail. Vaccine people, don't deceive yourself anymore. In fact, your body and mind have already surrendered to me, and you can't disobey my orders. Essentially, you have become my loyal servant. Ha ha. Let's replace pet with servant. Don't stimulate its self-esteem anymore. Hiss. As soon as Wang Feng's words fell, the little vaccine man suddenly widened his eyes and took a breath of cold air. This guy knows the condition of my body from beginning to end. Or is he forcing me to surrender? When did he start on me? Why haven't I seen it? Could it be that it is a powerful and invisible power? Yes, only invisible power can make me unknowingly hit, resulting in no chance of resistance. The strength of this guy is terrifying. Quiet. Surprisingly quiet. The room is very quiet. The little vaccine man looked at Wang Feng with cold sweat on his forehead. Who is this guy? Actually has the power to make me surrender. He is definitely not an ordinary person. Yes, how could an ordinary person take me in and hatch me, and have the power to subdue me physically and mentally? He is definitely a rare human being, strong. Perhaps, the strongest human being is also possible. Damn. How bad luck would I be to meet the strongest man in humans when I was born? I encountered a big boss without upgrading at all. How to play this game? The little vaccine man's heart was messed up, and all kinds of messy thoughts came out, making it even more upset, staring at Wang Feng blankly, not knowing what to say. Call it dad. Hey, my dad is already dead. Wouldn't I call him a dad to curse him to death? I'm afraid I will follow my dad's footsteps into hell and call him grandpa. Not so good, calling people old, they will be beaten, then called ancestors. What am I thinking about is, how can I easily succumb to the authority of that guy because I am a dignified generation of Earth messengers anyway? It sneered and said, you are so powerful, you gave me a trick without knowing it, but what? I am the Earth Envoy, with incomparably powerful power, even if you are equally strong and terrifying, but I will not give in. I am the messenger of the Earth who wants to destroy all mankind. Wang Feng stared at the stubborn little vaccine man in a daze. What's the matter with this? Also, doesn't the system say that after being bound to a pet, the pet's ability level will be cleared? But the little vaccine man has clearly been bound to his pet. Why hasn't his ability level been cleared? Your strength hasn't diminished? He asked the little vaccine man suspiciously. However, as soon as his voice fell, the system prompt sounded. Ding. Host pet. The test of the vaccine person level is completed, and the comprehensive evaluation is 3 stars. Since it has become a host pet, the vaccine person's ability level will be cleared, and the countdown will start. 5, 4. Wang Feng is speechless. The system is stuck in a good time, and the comprehensive assessment of the small vaccine person is only Samsung. Hey, I was taken aback by it just now. Oh, maybe it was because I consumed a lot of energy, which caused it to not rise to a 4-star evaluation. The little vaccine man snorted coldly. My power is inherited from my father. It is the weapon the Earth has given us to destroy mankind. How can I? Although it was dismissive of Wang Feng's words, it couldn't help being vigilant in the face of Wang Feng, who had a monstrous power, and subconsciously felt the energy of the body. Suddenly, its eyes widened. Wait a minute, my power is losing? There was a feeling of fear in its body, and the energy in its whole body was gradually decreasing. At this moment, it seemed as if a balloon was being punctured and deflated, and the energy was slowly deflating. It stared at Wang Feng in horror. Who is he? Why is it so strong? I didn't see him at all. Just a look made me surrender physically and mentally. I couldn't produce any thoughts of resistance. A short sentence deprived me of my power. It was terrifying. The mission my father gave me to destroy mankind was hell. The level of difficulty, oh no, judging from the moment, it's just death. You. What did you do to me? Why do I lose most of my power for no reason? The little vaccine man is very scared. This world is too terrible. What do you say about destroying all mankind? Don't be kidding. Okay. I can't deal with even a human being, and I destroy all mankind? Ha ha. Wang Feng chuckled lightly, and was too lazy to explain things like, it was done by the system, and asked the little vaccine man directly, are you really the messenger of the earth? He was curious that there was a God in the original One Punch Man, which made people suspect that he was the incarnation of the will of the earth, and the vaccine man claimed to be the messenger of the earth. Perhaps he knew something useful. HMPH, although you are very powerful, I also have my own dignity. If you want to kill, you have to be dignified, but don't want me to answer your questions. The little vaccine man shook his head aside, ignoring Wang Feng. Although it has surrendered to Wang Feng according to the system settings, surrender does not mean becoming a puppet. It still has its own thoughts and personality. Hey, don't answer. Wang Feng gave a weird smile. Please answer my question. Are you really the messenger of the earth? Another system setting about the system. 100% obey the host command. The little vaccine man was taken aback, and subconsciously replied, my father's memory inheritance tells me that I am the messenger of the earth, but whether it is true or false is unknown. It was just finished, and immediately became silly. How would I listen to him? Wang Feng nodded with satisfaction. From today, your name is Bic. The little vaccine man still instinctively nodded and agreed. Yes. As soon as he said it, a trace of sorrow rose in his heart. My son of the majestic earth messenger really became a slave, unable to raise the heart of resistance at all, let alone none. The slightest defiance, trouble anyone who has time to help me press my father's coffin board, I'm afraid it will come back to hit me with anger. Wang Feng nodded in satisfaction, and then ordered, well, now you kneel down and push your butt up. Well. The little vaccine man chrysanthemum tightly. Although he has not experienced too much personnel, he subconsciously feels that things that will shame him for a lifetime will happen after a while. Hey, I was scared to death just now, and afterwards I suddenly pretended to be forced. This time I think you pretended to be forced? Wang Feng picked up the bench, aimed at the puckered butt of the little vaccine man, and swiped it down with a snap. Ah! The little vaccine man let out a painful wailing. I'm just a newborn baby. Do I need to be so cruel? Baba, I want to go home, to the warm, comfortable and safe home in your body. Happiness. Well, hitting you a few times is regarded as punishment. Wang Feng threw the bench away, go to the room and find a suitable dress to put on. Kai Guoguo swayed all day long. Do you want this book to be 404? At least wear it. A pair of underwear hide the hair on your crotch. Really, you are not afraid of being ashamed. The little vaccine man said in a grieved voice. Yes. It went into Wang Feng's room dejectedly and searched for suitable clothes. In order to adapt to the length of Wang Feng's clothes, it also controlled its height through enhanced transformation. After a while, it comes out wearing king's clothes. Well, it fits well. Wang Feng glanced at it and nodded in satisfaction. However, he looked at the vaccine man's head and scratched it embarrassingly. Such obvious characteristics of a weird person made him unable to take it out. Although there are many people in the world of One Punch Man who are raising weird people, they are secretly raised at home. Who do you see who leads a weird person to the streets? What's more, the weird people raised by others are all animal weird people, that is, weird people without wisdom, and Piccolo, except for appearance, behaves and thinks like humans. It is not so much a pet as it is more appropriate to be a servant. I should buy it a set of cartoon doll suits. Wang Feng thought, touching his chin. What kind of doll suit is good? You have 2 tentacles, so the doll should have raised ears or 2 horns, The Minotaur or rabbit doll is good. His eyes lit up and he decided to take Piccolo to buy doll clothes. Well, boss, bring me that dumb goat doll suit. I'll let it try to see if it fits. Wang Feng took Piccolo to the cartoon doll suit sales shop. At this moment, Piccolo was wearing his sweater, cap, mask, sunglasses and gloves, and he was fully armed to escape a robber. He himself is not much better, with a sweater and a cap, the criminal suit that comes standard on TV. On the way they came, the rate of turning their heads was high. Pedestrians frequently looked at them with suspicion, and some passers-by even called the police for this. In this regard, he can only say that everyone is rare and weird. Okay. Okay. The shopkeeper looked at these two guys who didn't dare to show their true colors in front of him, and his heart jumped. They are not gangsters, are they? Just came back from a bank robbery? Wang Feng doesn't care what the shopkeeper thinks. His gaze scans the various cartoon doll suits in the store. Well, the pink hip-hop rabbit doll is good. You can buy it. Hey, the chubby cow suit is also very good looking, and Piccolo wears it. It must be very cute and can increase its popularity. Wow, the girl doll with 2 braids is so cute, you must buy it. Let Bic wear it at night. I want to sleep with it, or whether it's on the doll's butt dig a hole. After all, Piccolo is going to pull the papa. Well, this is a question worth thinking about. What? You said that these doll suits are too naive, too young, and do not meet Hockey's status as a vaccine person? Well, isn't Piccolo just a child? Bic. Someone dragged this guy away and killed him. Wang Feng did not delay too much time in the puppet shop, and bought several sets of puppet suits for Piccolo in one breath, as a normal change of clothes. Then he came to the supermarket with Piccolo, who was unlovable in a pink hip-hop rabbit suit. There was no food reserve at home, and suddenly there was an extra person, so naturally he wanted to buy food. In view of the fact that Piccolo dressed up and entered the supermarket to be searched, he confessed that Piccolo was waiting for him at the entrance of the supermarket. Because Piccolo had been bound by the system, he never escaped. In addition, he also gave an order to Piccolo, so he said, not afraid of Piccolo's escape at all. After giving orders to Piccolo, he lowered his cap, put his hands in his clothes, and walked into the supermarket. Bic is wearing a pink hip-hop rabbit suit and standing in front of the supermarket with a dull face. His lifeless face makes people feel distressed. Once upon a time, he was also a heroic demon king. Now, it looked down at his pink hip-hop rabbit costume, alas, not to mention it, heartache. Wow, Mom, there is a hip-hop rabbit here, so cute. A young hot mother took her 5 or 6-year-old daughter to the supermarket to shop. The little girl like a Tang porcelain doll saw the pink hip-hop rabbit Piccolo at a glance, and her small face immediately burst into a flower-like smile. Mom, I want to take pictures with hip-hop rabbits, I want to play with hip-hop rabbits. The little girl broke free of Hot Mom's palm, and when Hot Mom didn't react, she suddenly jumped on Piccolo, her little hand constantly fiddled with Piccolo's clothes. Lanlan, come down quickly and don't disturb people's work. Hot Mom mistakenly thought that Piccolo was a promoter of the supermarket and worried that her daughter would affect Piccolo's work. Therefore, she was anxious to lift the little girl from Piccolo. Looking for death. Piccolo stared down at the laughing little girl with gloomy eyes in a palm of his hand. An energy ball the size of a duck egg immediately appeared and suspended on the palm of his hand, flashing softly like a firefly. Since it was bound to become Wang Feng's pet, its ability level has been cleared, and all skills have become LV1 level, that is to say, it now only has the strength of a wolf-level monster. However, killing a little girl is more than enough. Is this a fluorescent ball? The little girl looked at the energy bomb in Piccolo's hand curiously, and poked her little hand curiously, soft, as if the warmth in her mother's arms. Fluorescent ball? Hey, this is a beacon to guide you to heaven. Piccolo twitched his mouth and grinned cruelly. The system stipulates that it cannot harm Wang Feng, but other humans are not within the set protection range. Whether to kill other people depends on its mood. Now, it's very upset, therefore, it has to vent. Goblin, go to hell. Careful. Just as Piccolo was about to kill the little girl with the energy bomb, a flash of lightning flashed, and the red glimpse disappeared before his eyes. When he looked at it again, the little girl hanging on its chest had disappeared. Well? It waved the energy bomb in its hand and squinted at the red figure next to him. The guy was young, wearing a red insulated tights, marked with a thunderbolt symbol on his chest, and carrying a large brand name battery, Nanfu. Wearing a red miner's lamp cap, there is a wire behind the miner's lamp cap that is connected to the battery, and the miner's lamp on the cap emits a faint green light. Its eyes narrowed slightly. Who are you? Lanlan. Hot Mom hugged the little girl and ran away in a panic. Bic. Ask me. The red figure put his hands on his waist and faintly said, in the night of thunder and lightning, I was conceived, holding the thunder in my left hand, and the lightning in my right hand. From then on, I am in charge of the thunder and lightning. Rubbish. Piccolo snorted, there is no such a person in the world who has such a history of birth, even if it is only born by the will of the earth. This guy will blow the cowhide in front of him. Oh, it is really uncomfortable to say that my origin is more powerful than me. Since it is unhappy, then, destroy him, explosive energy bomb. It stretched out its hand, condensing an energy bomb the size of a duck egg. It's not rubbish, it's Raiden Boy. Raiden Boy. I'm the 65th B-level hero Raiden Boy. Raiden Boy pointed to Piccolo and said, "Hey, you guy. What is the explosive energy egg? Eggs? Duck eggs? Goose eggs? Or a bomb? Hey, guess." Piccolo laughed, and the energy bomb in his hand flew out in an instant. Raiden Kid crossed his hands to protect his body. Boom. After an explosion sounded, he was safe and sound. "Oh, do you guys have only this ability? It seems that you are going to be my stepping stone to be promoted to the 64th place of the B-rank hero." He sneered, and the electric baton in his hand made the sound of intertwined lightning and lightning. The next moment, his figure disappeared suddenly, and he appeared in front of Piccolo in the blink of an eye, yelling, "Taste the taste of lightning, thunder and lightning." Stabbed. The electric baton in his hand slammed on Piccolo. Boom. Piccolo didn't evade. His body suddenly became extremely strong, his muscles knotted, like an Iron Man made up of pieces of iron body. It stretched out its hand to directly catch the Lightning Boy's electric baton. "Idiot. Anyone who dared to pick up my electric baton empty-handed has gone to hell." Piccolo grabbed Raiden's electric baton in one hand and sneered, "Idiot, go back and read more physics books. I can wear a puppet suit. It is electrically insulated. Your lightning is not effective for me." What? Explosive energy bomb. Boom. Wow. The Raiden Kid flew out, spitting out blood. GG, refreshing. Piccolo smiled cruelly, his body suddenly enlarged, bursting into the bunny costume, revealing Piccolo's appearance. "Wow, weirdo. Everyone, run, the hero was defeated by the weirdo. Hurry up and notify the Heroes Association." People who were secretly observing the development of the situation found that Piccolo was actually a weird person. They were immediately taken aback and fled in all directions. "Human, go to hell and confess." Piccolo squeezed his fist and it suddenly grew bigger, as if he was swollen by a hornet, which was the size of a weightlifting dumbbell, and hit the Thunder Boy who was struggling hard. "Bick. You bastard, stop lousy." Wang Feng's roar came slowly. "Bick. I have a sentence about MMP, I don't know whether to say it or not." Wang Feng was shopping for food in the supermarket. He suddenly saw some pedestrians running into the supermarket in a panic, and at the same time shouting that there was a weird person outside. He was taken aback. Weird. It seems that Piccolo is the only weird person at the gate of the supermarket, right? He was startled, put down the things in his hand, and walked out hurriedly. As soon as he reached the door, he saw the Thunder Boy being knocked into the air by Piccolo, and he was about to be killed by Piccolo. He yelled anxiously, "You bastard, stop lousy." He was so angry. He had just left for a while, and the little bastard Piccolo immediately provokes a big basket. He is distressed about how he can take Pick to the streets with integrity. If you fear and hate it, how can you accept it? The more he thought about it, the more angry he got, and he rushed towards Piccolo angrily. "Who is yelling? A hero." The badly injured Raiden Boy watched Piccolo's fist fall, unable to resist, and despair had already risen in his heart. However, things changed suddenly, and after that loud roar, the weird in front of him was like a frosted eggplant, withered. He looked at the cowering weird in confusion, not knowing how powerful the roar was that could make a weird so scared. Who would make such a powerful sonic attack? King. He subconsciously thought of King, who once had a relationship with one side, the most powerful man on the surface, who forced the weird man to shout, "I surrender," with his aura alone, like a man like a god. Maybe only he can have such a strong aura. In the field, Xiao Xiao can be deterred by the roar. And Piccolo has already lost the arrogance of the big devil at this moment, and his cruel smile is frozen on his face, and the panic is scattered on its face, and the 4-meter high body is slowly shrinking, originally according to its will. The iron fist that should have hit Raiden Boy's face abruptly stopped. Wang Feng's roar seemed to be an inviolable destiny that he had to obey. It had a taste of utterance. Although I have known that my body and mind are succumbing to that guy, what I never expected is that that kind of surrender has been carved into my soul, and there is no room for doubt and hesitation. It is very aggrieved, wants to run away, escape from Wang Feng, the devil, and become a majestic messenger of the earth again, and no longer suffer from this bird's aura. Unfortunately, its body and mind have completely surrendered to Wang Feng, even if it is wronged and resented again. The body and mind also surrendered to Wang Feng uncontrollably. This situation made it extremely sad inside. Wang Feng came to the Raiden Boy, glared at Piccolo, squatted down to help the Raiden Boy. "How is your injury?" Seeing the weak Raiden Boy, he was very embarrassed. After all, it was his own subordinate who beat him up. Up like this.
Ahem. Mr. King, I'm okay. The Raiden boy was very excited when he saw the idol in his mind. He was involved in the injury again and coughed heavily.
Calm down. Take a break. I'll call the association hospital to come over. Wang Feng quickly laid the Raiden kid on the ground, took out the phone and notified the M-City branch hospital of the Heroes Association. After getting things done with Raiden kid, he looked at Piccolo, who was embarrassed, and saw Piccolo like a kid who made mistakes. He was afraid and wronged. He was both distressed and angry. MMP left him for a little while. Yes, immediately get into trouble, so how can he rest assured that he will let it go out alone in the future? Isn't it going to be a quarrel at that time? Kill it, King, kill it. Yes, all these vicious weird people deserve to die. Seeing that they were safe, the fled citizens gradually gathered, and Bick glared at him, shouting that Wang Feng would kill Pick and return the world to a bright future. Piccolo clenched his fists and gritted his teeth. If it weren't for Wang Feng by his side, he would have already attacked him with his temperament. At the same time, it also peeped at Wang Feng in panic, for fear that Wang Feng would be persuaded by the citizens to kill him. Oh no, he didn't need to do anything to kill me, as long as a simple command. I'm afraid I would not do anything. He hesitantly committed suicide. Wang Feng took a deep breath and said lightly, "Sorry, I won't kill it." He glanced at the stunned people, and said, "It's true, I hope it can become my subordinate and fight with me in the future. So I will never kill it, and for the trouble it caused to everyone, I apologize to you in place of it." Huh. Seeing that Wang Feng did not intend to kill it, Piccolo breathed a sigh of relief, and his tight body relaxed. There was a slight commotion among the people. What's the situation? How could King accept a weird person as his subordinate? Yeah, and the weirdo almost killed someone just now. How could Mr. King be so unwise? Is it because he was fascinated by a weirdo? Furthermore, weirdos are a bunch of wolf and ambitious guys. Mr. King adopts him now, and it is very likely that he will be bitten back in the future. Their faces were puzzled. The king, who was admired by all people, wanted to accept a stranger as his subordinate. Did the cold-blooded and merciless king of the stranger begin to feel compassionate in the past? If this is the case, can King still be the protector of mankind? They curse secretly in their hearts, "Damn, we hate the virgin bitch." How can King degenerate into this? Where is the king who kills and decisively goes? King, you are a dignified S-rank hero. How can you get along with the weirdo? A man shouted excitedly. Besides, that weirdo just wanted to kill. How can such a brutal guy stay in the world? King, we are determined. I don't agree with your practices that endanger the lives of others. If King adopts an ignorant weird person as a pet, they can understand and even support it. After all, an ignorant weird person can be tamed slowly. However, this weird person in front of him is a cruel and intelligent weird person, and he instinctively hates humans, so cruel. And how can a dangerous weirdo let it take to the streets? It should either be killed or thrown into the association's weird prison. Let it stay inside but die. So what? Wang Feng put his hands in Kabuto, and said lightly, "I adopted it only because I want to adopt it, but it won't change my will because of anyone's opposition, even the Heroes Association." 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. His heart was beating violently, making an engine-like sound. Well, it was so exciting to pretend to be lifelike. This is the Imperial engine? King has entered a state of combat? Okay. So powerful. The people looked at the expressionless King in a daze. This was the first time they had talked to the King at close range. It was also the first time they felt the powerful pressure on the King, making it difficult for them to breathe, especially when the King's cold eyes, when they scan over them, they will feel inexplicably tight in their hearts, as if someone is pinching their hearts, making them suffocated. Hey, don't be in a daze, go away. Wang Feng put the Kabuto cap of the sweater on the peaked cap, put his hands in Kabuto and walked back slowly, screaming. It seemed that he had passed the level in a foolish manner. Piccolo stared blankly at Wang Feng, who would rather sacrifice his fame to preserve it, and felt some warm currents inexplicably in his heart, very comfortable. Master. Humph, I am a majestic earth messenger. How can I easily recognize you as Lord? Unless you order me to call you Master, even if you sacrificed so much to protect me today, I will not take the initiative to call you Master. King, you don't deserve to be a hero. There was a sudden shout from the crowd. Call out. A fresh egg just bought from the supermarket flew towards Wang Feng. Snapped. The egg is broken, the yolk and the white are dripping out. Wang Feng paused, then looked back at Piccolo, who had blocked the egg for him in amazement. Those who want to hurt my lord, damn them all. Piccolo looked at the people coldly, stretched out his hand, aimed at the crowd, and instantly condensed an energy bomb the size of a duck egg. HMPH, with me, don't you want to hurt everyone? The Raiden boy struggled to get up, swaying in front, gritted his teeth and stared at Pick. The electric baton in his hand made the sound of thunder and lightning. Wang Feng glanced sideways at Thunderboy, then turned and left. Hey, stop messing around, go home and eat hot pot. Yes, master. The Raiden boy looked at Wang Feng and Piccolo, who were gradually walking away, with a dull expression. Just now. The weird man just called King as the master. The people were stunned. The cruel and inhuman weird actually recognized King as the master? They stared at each other, all with unbelievable looks. However, after careful consideration, and suddenly realized, perhaps only a super strong like King has enough charm to convince the weird person to be willing to worship the master. King. A man like a god. King's raising of weird people spread to the world through the media the next day, and 26 city residents all saw this hot headline news. Such breaking news caused an uproar among the citizens, and most people opposed the king's raising of weird people, thinking that raising weird people is no different from raising tigers. If you are not careful, you will harm the surrounding residents. Many citizens have written to the Heroes Association, complaining about the unethical behavior of King. Headquarters of the Heroes Association of City A. The Minister of Report. According to the reports of the citizens of M City, King is raising weird people privately. We hope that we will stop King and kill the weird people adopted by King or throw them into jail. According to the Raiden boy's explanation, that weird man has the strength of a tiger-level weird man, has a cruel temperament, and tried to kill people in the street. Maria and Collison stand in front of Sick and report on King's breeding of weird people. Raising a weirdo? Zeke looked weird. Did the weirdo that King raises didn't resist King's order? Raising weird people is not uncommon. Among the senior management of the association, a large group of people are raising weird people, either as pets or as tools for making money, etc. These are already open secrets in the management of the association, so Maria et al. People are no strangers to the king raising weirdos. Moreover, with the strength of the king, if the weirdos violently resisted, they would have been killed long ago. Maria looked solemnly and said, according to the feedback from the citizens at the scene, the weird people raised by King not only do not resist King, but are willing to serve King as their master. Chi was surprised. The weirdo is willing to serve King as his master? Maria nodded and said admiringly, yes, maybe Mr. King's personality is too strong. Even weirdos are attracted by King and willing to become his servants. Chicky glanced at Maria with a fanatical face silently. He couldn't believe the words of a stupid fan. Thinking about it this way, he looked at Collison. Collison, do you know why the weirdo is willing to be king? The reason is temporarily unclear. Collison frowned and said, from the Raiden boy, I learned that the weird person named Piccolo was very upholding the king, and even more so because the people's eggs almost hit the king and wanted to kill the people in anger. It can be seen that Piccolo, the weirdo, is very loyal to King. Zeke narrowed his eyes. What method did King use to make the weirdo so loyal to him? Collison suggested. Perhaps we can ask King to come over for consultation. In fact, the Association of Heroes also has a lot of research on weirdos. The most famous one is the Drive the Tiger and Eat the Wolf project. The content of this project is mainly to study how to control weird people, and then make these controlled weird people become important for humans to resist weird disasters. Combat power. However, the project is not going well, and the control of the weirdos has not been well grasped. It is very easy to make the weirdos get out of control and violent. The ghost-level weird leopard head hedgehog that escaped from the weird prison in M City the day before is the failed test product of the project. They have been looking for a breakthrough point, but the results of the experiment are very unsatisfactory. However, what they never expected is that when they were disappointed to give up, King would tame a weird person and obedience, which made their eyes suddenly bright. I saw the hope of controlling the weirdo again. In 2 days, by the way, I will mention to him the use of his reputation to promote the pressure of the association. Zeke solemnly said, the most important thing at the moment is to do trust public relations for King. Although raising weird people is nothing to them, but for ordinary people, raising weird people is simply heresy. All damn it, that is, King can survive the anger of the people. Although King can make the weirdo willing to surrender, he is like raising a Tibetan Mastiff. The Tibetan Mastiff shook his head and waved his tail at him, but grinned at others, and might even rush to bite others. Therefore, even if King showed the ability to make weirdo obediently obedient, The people were very worried that Piccolo would suddenly run away and hurt people. They even wanted to live in a river crab world without weirdos. More importantly, they are afraid that after the strongest hero king gets along with the weirdo for a long time, they will have sympathy for the weirdo. Minister. I think we can just use the king to raise weirdos to announce the plan of driving tigers and devouring wolves. On the one hand, we can explain the existence and necessity of weird prisons, and on the other hand, we can explain the funds raised from the people. Where does the cost go? 3 times, we can feed the weirdos for king, and get 3 kills with 1 stone. Collison pushed his glasses and immediately put forward his own opinions and suggestions. Huh. Not bad. Six Eyes lit up and he smiled. Just do what you said. He said to Maria, Maria, you use our weird alarm to promote our project to the outside world, and at the same time defend King. King is the heroic moral model they have recently established. How could he have black spots in morality? Besides, raising weirdos is really not a big deal. As long as we can control weirdos, the Association of Heroes has always kept one eye open. Close one eye. Minister, it's okay. Dinosaur-type weird people have appeared one after another in M City. The number of weird people has reached 15 right now, and more dinosaur weird people are continuing to emerge. What? Hurry. Stop trusting King for the time being, and dispatch the hero to M City to eliminate the weirdo. By the way, call King and ask him to quell the weirdo. Yes. M City, King's home. A hadrosaur monster appeared in the streets of Santiali in M City. The disaster level of the monster is wolf level. At present, the B-level hero Super Police Autobot is fighting the monster. A velociraptor weirdo appeared in Wukeshu Street in M City. The disaster level of the weirdo is Tiger, at present. A Stegosaurus monster appeared in the cross street of M City. The disaster level of the monster is Tiger level. In just 10 minutes, the Weird News channel of the M City TV station successively broadcast more than 20 news about dinosaurs and strangers, as if dinosaurs invaded the city, causing commotion and anxiety among the citizens. Wang Feng scratched his head. Do you want to go out and help? He glanced at Piccolo, who was mopping the floor, and remembered that after returning home yesterday, he grabbed Piccolo's ear and gave 3 permanent commands. First, you must not harm mankind, but if mankind wants to harm you unreasonably, then castrate him. Second, be willing to help others on weekdays. However, if other people insult you while you are helping others, then castrate him. Third, actively kill weird people, and strive to improve your own strength. If others gossiping about killing you weird people, such as killing the same kind in cold blood, then castrate him. Master. What if it is a woman? Oh, do you know how to ligate? Do not know. K her then. Bick, help me wash my panties, put on your lowly doll suit after washing, let's go. Wang Feng stared at the frequently scrolling weird messages on the TV station, and said in a low voice, execute justice. Yes, master.